All right. Hey, it's let's just win. You're the first one here. You're saying, "Hi, what are we playing this time?" I was just about to get up into that. One sec. All right, SSF McRob. No, no, no. I'm gonna need your help. Because I'm gonna need a new name for this next one. Okay. So just to kind of give you guys a bit of context, I know that it's only Let's Just Win right now, but I know Hom3 Watcher, ZZZ, and others do actually occasionally watch the VOD. So just to give you guys a bit of context as to what this stream is going to be about, I am not playing one of my Slashdiablo characters right now. I am not doing, or I'm not going to be continuing the Druid speed run that I was doing. I just don't have enough time for that right now. Um, but there is one thing I wanted to try to do that's a little different from all of my past streams, and this is going to be the theory crafting process. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to take a look at something real quick. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at my roster of characters that I've played here. Yeah, it looks like this season I'm slated to play. Yeah, I am slated to play a. Okay, well, I'll talk about that in a second. But um, yeah, okay. Let's take a step back. So, the purpose of this stream is to showcase. Okay, so normally I leave the like what I do for a season shrouded in mystery and whatnot. Right, I'm very like, keep things under wraps until the day of, and then I surprise you guys like, whoa, this is gonna be this crazy thing that we're gonna be doing. Today, hey Muse, another lovely face. It is really good to see you, man. But like I was saying, most seasons I'm very like trying to keep things under wraps, not telling you guys what's going on until the day of the ladder reset. Today, I'm going to take a very different approach. And that approach is going to be that I'm going to do some theory crafting with you guys. I'm going to tell you guys the build that I'm going to be playing, hopefully tomorrow when I can level it up. And we're going to take a look at the viability of the character together. Now, normally, this is like this is a little backwards. Normally, what I would do is I would myself do this on my own time. Like even right now, I wouldn't be streaming. Normally, I would be looking at the character, play testing it, making sure it actually works, and if it doesn't work, then tweaking it so that it does work, or figuring stuff out. But this season, again, I wanted to kind of like do something a little different. I'm trying to switch things up a little bit, and I believe this is even going to be the final ladder reset for that Slash will have before Diablo 4 comes out. So, to be honest, I don't really think the number of people playing Diablo 2 is going to change too much when Diablo 4 comes out, or like the number of people playing Slash. But anyway, but yeah, my thoughts there are that yeah, I am making like a new character, and I wanted to try something different. I kind of want to spice things up. We've been doing this whole. I do the same thing like every season, and I've done this for the last like what 10 to 15 seasons to even 20 seasons. I would really like to try to do something different for you guys for a change. So this is one of the things I'd like to try to do differently. Okay, so having said that, let's talk about what it is I plan to play for this season. Okay, now just to kind of recap, I've played on Slash now for about 18 seasons. This will be my 19th. Well, I mean, I guess technically 20th if we count like the first ever season where I started halfway. But this will be my like 19th ladder reset. Up until this point, I've played Sork, Sin, Paladin, Necro, Barb, Amazon Druid, Sork, Whirlwind Barb, um, Assassin, Fireclaw Druid, Triali Sork, Zon, Paladin, Fury Druid, Trap Sin, Throw Barb, and this season we played the Unholy Paladin, which is basically a fancy FOH Paladin. So this season, I would like, I would like to play an Amazon. Okay, I'm just gonna say that straight up. I think this is a good time to play an Amazon. Yeah, I think this will be a good time to play an Amazon, but here's the catch, okay? Spears on for the win. Yes, well, Now, here's the problem. You guys might recall that I don't like to play... I typically don't like playing the same build twice. Like, not even twice in a row. I just don't like playing the same build twice. I mean, obviously, Poison Necro was a special exception. However, the... one second. Just taking a look at something real quick. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, like I was saying, normally I don't like to play the same character, the same build twice. And the reason I say that is because in the case of the Amazon, we've played 2 seasons with the Zon, as I was talking about with that roster. And the first Amazon I made was the Boazon, where I went Fire Arrow, Exploding Arrow, Immolation Arrow. Hey, I'll talk to you in a second. And you can even listen to the beginning because I explained what we're doing for this stream. Basically, this is going to be a theory crafting stream for tomorrow's, well, ladder reset. I felt like, you know, doing something a little different. Normally I keep this under wraps, but I figured I would try to do a bit of theory crafting and showcasing my thought process as I make the character this time around. Just to switch things up. Anyway, so yeah, going back to the Zon that I was talking about. So the first Zon that I made on Slashdiablo, I went hybrid exploding arrow and freezing arrow, if I recall correctly. And then once I got Wind Force, I switched it out into a multi-shot slash strafe boa, and that was fine. I ran 1,000 pits with it, and I got like dog shit out of it, but still, it was fine, right? Like, I got to do what I wanted to do. The season after that, well, the following Amazon season, I, as you guys know, built a hybrid poison Javazon slash, well, spears, like physical spears on with like mostly fend. And we're going to fend bug again. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a pretty interesting point. But we haven't even gotten to that point yet. Or we haven't even gotten to that part of the character yet. Yeah, so Muse was saying Spears on for the win. I'm going to Ixnay Spears on because we've already made a Spears on, okay? And so, for me, I was really trying to figure out what I wanted to make for this season because, as I've said multiple times before, Zon is probably my least favorite character because I don't really feel like they give you too much to work with in terms of creating new, weird, oddball builds. Now, I could go Lightning Strike. I was actually considering making a Lightning Strike Zon. I've never made one of those before. But my well, I mean, honestly, if I'm going to go Lightning Strike, I'm probably better off just going Lightning Fury. That was my main issue with going Lightning Strike. Ixnay had to look that up. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, to just, I'm going to have to have a very thesaurus, sorry, bad habit. I should have just said straight up that it's a very, like, we're just going to shut down that suggestion, I guess. Okay, so... what does that leave us with, okay? So here's the build that I'm gonna tell you guys right now, okay? The build that I wanted to do for this season is a Lightning Fury seems to... It is, and yeah, it is too meta for me. And I've made Lightning Fury before as like a secondary character, you know? Yeah, I'm not really all that interested in making a Lightning Fury Javazon. I'm gonna run over some of these ideas that I came up with when I was trying to figure out what kind of Zon I should make for this season. So one of the ideas that I had in mind was a Javazon, right? Like Lightning Fury Zon, but the catch was, would be that I can run it in like Nightmare only. That was going to be something that I was considering doing. So I know it sounds ridiculous, but that really was an idea that came to mind. But obviously, I'd rather try to do something a little bit more interesting and less restrictive for me. So kind of trying to explore my options here. So, yeah, that's one of the possibilities that I have had for this season. It's still on the table, but yeah, just as long as it's not like freaking Hell Cows Javazon farming. Like, that's just not interesting to me. What else do we have, right? There is, okay, here's the one that I really wanted to demonstrate for you guys. A Valkyrie Zon. Okay, so let's take a moment for me to we farming 1,000 co-runes from Nightmare Canvas to keep up to 1 high rune? Well, the point of the character would be to not use anything that requires high runes. Yeah, maybe even trade. Like, I don't know if I would. I mean, I probably would trade for my gear, but I'd have to find ways of getting wealth to that point. I have to find ways of leveling my character at that point, etc., etc. It is a good. That is a good assessment of the situation. Fucking 1,000 co-runes, like, yeah, that sounds about right. But no, indeed, that is not what we're trying to do here. Okay, so give me 2 seconds. Sounds like torture, not gonna lie. I completely agree, which is one of the reasons why I said straight up, I don't really think this is the way to go. So here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to, gonna show you guys something real quick. So, I'm just gonna max out this character, might as well. Okay, give me a sec. Valk would be cool, didn't get Valk last time. No. I'm talking a pure Valkyrie Zon, though. It's some weird shit, but I'll show you. Okay, you know what? I think I have a... Give me a sec. I have a Valkyrie character somewhere. I know I play tested one. I'm just gonna go look for it. Just to save myself some time here. Valkyrie, I think? It's gotta be one of these. Okay, here. I'll just showcase it to you guys, whatever. Alright, so this character right here is Valkyrie. Okay, you can see the stats are hacked to hell, but I mean, that's kind of the point of the character. So what you're witnessing right here is a fully decked out Valkyrie Zon. with some tweaks, of course. So Spirit for +2 all skills, Peace for +2 skills. I'm using Mara's because that was just easier than making a +3 to passive and magic skills. Amulet, I think you can get a 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get a 3 to passive and magic skills. You can't get 3 to bow and crossbow. You can't get 3 to jab, if I recall correctly, but you can get 3 to passive and magic, I think. Anyway, besides the point. Valkyrie Wing and Superior Demon Hide Gloves with 3 to passive and magic skills. So with all this equipment, my Valkyrie would come out to level 44. Now, it could go higher than that. I could throw on, like, a Hodo. I could, like, put a bunch of other shit. But this character, I'm going to show you guys. Actually, give me a second. I just need to put this bad boy on. I just need to activate Zimepak. Why isn't it letting me? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So check this out, okay? This is a close to fully geared out Valkyrie Zon with Beast Runeward, and without a Merc too. If I had a Merc, this would be a little bit quicker, but my Merc would actually be the one doing most of the damage. So keep in mind this is hell difficulty, and yeah, this is one of the ideas I had for this season. Now, you can call it a bad build or whatever, but really, this is part of how the theory crafting process works, you know? Like, I try a build. I usually start off by giving the best possible conditions for the character, right? And when I say the best, I'm talking about, like, you know, not factoring in budget, you know, some kind of budget constraints, like, Well, budget constraints or like supply constraints. Basically, if you know, some of my builds would require like 100 ohms. They don't actually. I don't have a build that's quite that expensive. But if I did, I would pretend like, okay, you know what? I can still get all 100 ohms. You know, like without any problem. From there, I kind of work my way down and see what's viable and what's not. Like in this case, it works. The build works. It's just horribly, horribly inefficient. Okay, this would very easily be the worst character that I've made. And keep in mind, I'm using a lot of plus skills equipment. Realistically, I could get pretty much all this equipment except for maybe Beast and the Maras by the end of the first week. I'm sure that if I told people on Slashio I'm trying to make a passive in like a Valkyrie's on, people would be like, "What the hell?" And then they would gladly feed me these passive and magic skills just to see how dogshit this character is. But yeah, you can see that even though the Valkyrie just never dies, it does take forever to kill shit. Um, By the way, you'll notice that my SOJ has 63 to teleport. Again, I needed to put teleport on something to make my life a bit easier, so I don't expect to have like a teleport SOJ. I don't really need it. It's just they're purely for science purposes, right? And to speed things up for this theory crafting. We only really, like, when we're doing this theory crafting, we only care about the thing that we're testing, right? I'm trying to, like, remove everything else. All other variables or whatever you want to call it. See? So Valkyrie was able to clear everything in about 3 minutes. This is... Let me actually just make sure that this was players... Because that was a really long time. I remember the last time I did this, it wasn't nearly that bad, but gee, that was brutal. You did Exploding Arrow before, right? Could you add Freezing Arrow or Multi-Shot Physical Arrow to this so you're not just standing around? Ah, that's an excellent question. I have an answer for you. I just need a second to go to Trav. And then I want to see if my Valkyrie can actually like do anything to these guys. But no, this really was players one. Like that run I was just doing was actually on players one. That's actually very depressing. But anyway, and keep in mind too, like this is with everything max. Like I maxed everything. I think crit. Oh yeah, no crit strikes 46 because of Peace Rune Word. But anyway, you guys get the idea. Okay, now Hom 3's question. Let's address this real quick. So I did indeed do Exploding Arrow. I also did Freezing Arrow on the same character. I need to point that out. Come to think of it, you weren't there for that season. Yeah, you actually were not there for that season. I played once. There was a season I played where I played the Exploding Arrow and Freezing Arrow hybrid. That's what it was. I also did multi-shot physical arrow in a different wait, no. It was the same season, but I respec'd into that. So I tried out 2 different builds in the same season. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just pointing that out because you're asking that question first. As for the second question, you're not just standing around. Okay, so that's a good question. So here's the situation. You already did all Boazons. Ah, well, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, we'll talk about that in a sec. So one at a time here. Could you, so regarding the not standing around part, to be completely honest with you, part of the reason why I'm standing around right now is to show you the raw power of Valkyrie. I wanted, like, the whole premise of me trying to make a Valkyrie's on was to let the Valkyrie do all the killing. That was that's what I wanted to have happen, because, Valkyrie's a pretty strong summon. In fact, I'd go as far as even saying that it might very well be one of the strongest summons in the game. But it doesn't do, it can't damage for shit. Like, it hits for peanuts. Raw power, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to demonstrate how much damage the Valkyrie can actually do. It's supposed to be my main killing tool. That's what I wanted to have happen, but this very clearly, there's a lot of downtime for when my Valkyrie can actually kill every individual council member, as compared to, you know, what I would prefer. Basically, the run takes 3 minutes, and I'd prefer to take 30 seconds. Well, even less than a minute would be fine. Um, so, anyway, what's the takeaway from this? Well, the thing is, you're right in that I could totally add, you know, Valkyrie, I can't really use it as my main damage tool and expect to clear Trav very quickly, so I really am better off comboing it with, literally any damaging skill. I have Lightning Strike, I could go Strafe, Freezing Arrow, Exploding Arrow, Guided Arrow, man. I could combo, Fend, Impale Jab. I could combo my Valkyrie with any of these, and whatever other skill I choose will kill quicker than the Valkyrie. But there is a very interesting detail about this Zon, though, about this Valkyrie. And the detail is that I don't actually have to do anything. I don't actually have to do anything with my character, and the Zon pretty much shits on everything in Trav. That is the one upside. So if I had okay, well, I guess I can't really showcase it here, but if I had, you know what? Can I actually demonstrate that here? Give me a second. Let me try this real quick. Okay, yeah, maybe this might work, actually. Yeah, properties, I think. Okay, so this is what I wanted to try to showcase. This is, and I know that the text is kind of messed up, but just bear with me for a second, okay? Because I'm trying to make a point here. So here was another really bizarre idea I had for the Valkyrie Zon. The thing about the Valkyrie Zon is it's a very AFK-able kind of character, right? 2-box season, enchant a Boazon for OP Fire Zon. That's not really a bad idea at all. In fact, that's actually an excellent idea that could work. That's my vote. Well, here's what I wanted to demonstrate. So you can see that on my main screen, my Valkyrie is off killing stuff, doing its usual thing. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it's on the wrong box. Whoops. Yeah. While my Valkyrie Zon is off killing shit, I could totally load up another Valkyrie Zon and get this Valkyrie Zon to also run Trav. So, because this character is actually, I can play it as an AFK kind of character, I could totally do what I've done in some of the past seasons and run multiple boxes in this location at a time, because if it takes this long to just wait for my Valkyrie to kill everything anyway, then this works out really well. It's kind of like that season where I was playing the Summoning Druid, I was playing 3 Summoning Druids or 4 Summoning Druids at the same time, having them clear out Bale Throne Room and then just kind of cycling through the games and clearing Bale when he was available. Right, it's kind of like that. So this is kind of what I wanted to demonstrate, that there is, yes, it's true that this, I probably am not going to do this in practice, but I wanted to demonstrate this is one of the things that I theory crafted. It is a total abomination just how slow the kill speed on this is, but again, I try to look at some of the strengths for these characters and find a use for them, right? And it just so happens that one of the strengths of these characters is that they're, I can play them, I can actually play them as as a character where I can just sit and do nothing while the summons go and kill everything. I don't want to tell you no, but as a viewer that's a bit hard to watch. I think it's fine, honestly. Like, this multi-box setup is supposed to be for ladder reset. Normally it's like, if I divide it up into 4 quadrants, then you can actually watch each individual box kill shit, which I think is pretty cool. I really enjoy that. I did that the one season I was playing, like the season I was playing my Barb, and then I ran a bunch of summoning druids. But again, this is part of the theory crafting process, and I just kind of wanted to demo it to you guys, kind of like some of the things that I had in mind for this season. Okay, I also talked about the Javazon, but I don't really need to showcase that one, so like whatever. Anyway, okay, so I don't need the other box right now, so let's just minimize that for now. I guess if on a computer, on phone, it's harder. You said as a viewer that's a bit hard to watch. You talking about like hard to watch as in, gee, that was painful to watch, or do you mean like hard to watch as in like, you know, your computer screen can't really, or well, your phone can't really handle it. Hey, Fatty, hey man, it's good to see you. How are you doing? How have you been? It's good to see you after so long. No, like 4 boxes. Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, yeah, you're right. I suppose it would be difficult to witness that. All doing different things. Yeah, well, they're not all doing different things, though. You're literally all standing still while the Valkyrie is clearing all the monsters in that area. That's really it. But yeah, going to Fatty, it's going pretty well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Yeah, as you can see, today's stream, we're not doing like, I'm not showcasing like my FOH din or anything like that. What I'm trying to do in today's stream is to showcase or to demonstrate my my theory crafting process and kind of show you guys kind of like my thoughts for the season, kind of some of the things that I was hoping to do, etc., etc., etc. In 4 different areas, no, they're all literally going to be in the same location. It's going to be four Valkyrie Zons in Trav. That's it. That's really it. I'm doing great tomorrow. Ladder. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just do something real quick. Do you mean all 4 in Trav to reduce time to... Exactly. That's what I was thinking. All 4 in Trav to, in quotes, reduce the time to 1-minute runs. I say in quotes reduce because I'm not really like... I mean, obviously the runs are indeed still taking 4 minutes each, but if there's 4 of them going on at the same time, then it might not be so bad. So that's the idea I had for... You don't need to split screen 4 times. 1 screen of Trav works. That's correct. I could do that. I could also split it into 4 quadrants, like I did with the Summoning Druid, so that you could see exactly where each, in quotes, bot is, right? Again, I'm not actually botting, but... Here, oh yeah, Nightmare Trav is actually excellent for this character, but I'll be honest, I think Nightmare Trav is even a little too quick for my Valkyries on. Wait, in 1 game or 4 games? I'm confused. Okay, hold on. Let's take a step back here. I'll answer. Let me answer Fatty first, real quick. Fatty was saying what you're gonna play next ladder. That's a very good question. I haven't gotten to that yet. I am actually in the process of doing theory crafting and showing you guys kind of some of the ideas that I had going into next season. But as for what I'm going to play, I was going to talk about that after I finished talking about my Valkyries on, because this was my original plan as to what I'm going to do next. And I was saying how I already made like a Frost Maiden / Exploding Arrow hybrid. I've already done multi-shot. I did strafe. And I've also done Lightning Fury. Well, no, sorry. I've done like Spears on, and I even did a bit of Lightning Fury on like a side character. So what's left, right? Valkyrie was one of the ones I was really interested in making. Lightning Strike was another available option, but I don't really find Lightning Strike all that interesting, since it's like, if I'm going to go Lightning Strike, I might as well just go Lightning Fury. Your Valkyrie is killing stuff at Trav. Yes, my Valkyrie is killing stuff at Trav because this is Nightmare Trav. If you want to see how long the Hell Trav run takes, I'm going to show you, okay? Let's just pretend I actually have an Enigma here, even though I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna put up my Valkyrie right here, and you can see this is Helltrav, and you can see just how much longer it's actually going to take while I chat with you guys. So my Valkyrie is indeed killing stuff at Travi, though. Yes, it just does take an extremely long time. That's the only caveat here. Holm was saying, what if you had 4 Zons all doing the same game? Would spend drop to roughly 1 minute per run instead of 3 to 4 minutes? Yeah, I mean, I would need to spawn all of the council members on players 1 and then bring each of the Valkyrie Zons in, but I feel like that's like too much work, and not as cool, you know, like having 4 spears, like, and unnecessary too. Honestly, if I like got my Merc and Valkyrie, then maybe that would do it. Yeah. Like, no joke. I feel like, better than 4 games, though. Yeah, I mean, I can see the merit behind that. I'm not going to disagree with you. I mean, I'm not going to... You might be right. From a viewer perspective, anyway. You mean, like, watching the four Valkyries, like, kill everything? I mean, I guess. That's a fair... That's a fair point. I will give you that. Although, yeah, I do think that having the 4 different games where each of the Valkyries are killing the council members themselves is actually more fun to play. But that's just... Or even to watch, because, yeah, having like 4 summons in the same area, I don't know. That's... I don't know. I wouldn't enjoy watching that as much personally, but anyway. So, yeah, to answer your question, though, you don't need to split screen 4 times, 1 screen to travel. 1 game or 4 games. So, yeah, I was talking about 4 games. 4 Valkyries and 4 separate games. And they would each take about 4 minutes. But the whole idea here is, while one of the Valkyries is clearing shit, I can, you know, hop over to the next window, bring them into a different Trav, they can go clear their shit, and then the 3rd box will go while the first 2 are going, and then finally the last one will go into its own game, right? Like, and then once the first one's done, I will just repeat the process. That's kind of what I had in mind with this whole, like, Valkyries on, how to actually make it like semi worth it for if I'm gonna be playing on Slash with this. You get what I mean? But obviously this is there are some drawbacks to this whole idea. Like, for example, I'm using Beast here. Like, I mean, I guess I should just use Spirit. I might just be better off, but anyway. Yeah, because right now my, you know, I'm providing Fanat Aura, so my Valk has increased attack speed, which he's probably not going to have when I actually play the season. But again, obviously, just doing theory crafting. Anyway, Fatty, are you still around? I can answer your question now. So you're asking about what I was going to play next ladder. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what, you know, this Valkyrie's on. Like, this is really what I was going to play in the first place. But I think one of the big reasons why I'm reluctant to play the Valkyries on it is that it is extremely limited in what it can actually do. Yeah, like, for example, I mean, I don't want to have to do Nightmare, or, well, Eldritch or Nightmare Eldritch, like, every time I have a weak build, but yeah, you can see that it can, you know, take down Nightmare, Eldritch after a while. Have you tried using Concentration or a Pride? No, I haven't, but I don't really know if that would do me more good than Fanat Aura, because the whole reason I take Fanat Aura is for the increased attack speed. So I consider Beast as like a best case scenario. Hey, it's DHC. You're saying Median XL season tomorrow. Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, Median XL is cool, but I usually prefer playing on Slashdiablo myself. Yeah, Slash private server. I've been playing on it for the last like 7 years now, I think. And yeah, every season I'm doing some weird shit, and it's been a blast. But anyway, yeah, this time around, I'm kind of Monka S. Oh yeah, Monka S. How? But yeah, I'm showcasing kind of what I want to do for next season. Um, yeah, and just discussing possible builds that I could use that are kind of weird, but could be fun, you know. Anyway, so I tried getting on D2R. It's so flooded and ruined by bugs. Bro, I feel you on that. Like, D2R is its own mess right now, and I'd love. Yeah, I could. Gee, I could talk about this for hours and hours. But yeah, we could talk about this a little later. I think. I mean, I don't know how long you plan to stay for, but I feel you, dude. D2R is in just such a weird state right now. Like, as to be expected, Blizzard hasn't done very much about the botting problem or like the forum gold trading problem, or not even the forum gold trading problem, just like the real world item trading, all that nonsense. And then of course, uh, even if we take the bots and the real world trading out of the equation, they added like some weird shit like mosaic, like people. Yeah, I don't know if I need to say much more than that. Like, damn. You could do Might Aura maxed Pally, Fanat Aura maxed Pally, Concentration Aura maxed Pally, and Valkyrie Zone. Yeah, I mean, okay, I considered that. I considered buffing up like three different characters. I could even do like an enchant sort too. You know what I'm saying? And then I could totally like hyper buff the Valkyrie to kill shit. But the whole point of this adventure is to have a character that is like independent and like self-sufficient, like that it can handle doing shit by itself without having to rely on other characters' assistance to at least reasonably like clear things within a reasonable amount of time. Um, Basically, all that jargon is me saying that yes, I want my Valkyrie to be able to kill shit herself without having to port other characters into the game to make it easier for the Valkyrie to do that. Um, I guess one of the things I could do is get what was it, Spell Steal? Yeah, Spell Steal would be the play here. If I got a Spell Steal on Switch and I like decrept some of the council members, that could actually be decent. And then of course, because it's Trav, I should make enough gold that I can just replenish the charges at will. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, going back to D2R though, yo, I don't know if you're still playing D2R, but like, damn, dude, I really do think that they should just do like a solo self-found season. I feel like that would be really cool. I would actually play on that, and I would probably take it more seriously. But right now, it is just impossible, my dude. I just can't imagine. I cannot imagine playing on D2R right now, especially not seriously. But that's just my 2 cents regarding D2R. But obviously, that's just my take on it, and I'm being the Debbie Downer. There's plenty of other people who actually very much do enjoy D2R, and I would not want to dissuade them from that, right? Yeah. Anyway, having said that, though, THC, I don't know if you've ever heard of Slashdiablo, but Burroods were cheap first week ladder. No, I feel that. I remember second season. Well, okay, no. I think it was like the preseason. Everything was like, show was actually pretty lit. After the first season, or after like when the first season hit, the ladder reset, and then I think items went to shit. Like the price of like the value of items went down super fast. Like by the time day 4 rolled around, like most of the items were worth pulp at the most. Like it was actually insane. And I don't think, like, I really do think that even back then there were tons of people who were running bots, but they were doing it pretty much like they were doing it under the radar because Blizzard was actually doing something about it. But then after like season 2 and season 3, they stopped giving a shit. It is kind of the vibe that I get, right? Like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but hey, that's just kind of my 2 cents. And one other thing I forgot to mention too, like last season was pretty whack, like gameplay wise, with the Sunder Charms early on. Like what was it, like buy one get one free Sunder Charms if you use a Barb de Horka super unique monster. So everyone had Sunder Charms right away. And the biggest Sunder Charm that people actually gave a shit about was the breaking cold immunities, so that cold sorks were like they went from like S tier to like triple S tier, you know? Like, yeah, that for me was just I just couldn't, dude. I just could not. Like last season and even this season with Mosaic, I'm like, nah, man. I'm really not interested in getting in on this nonsense. But anyway, my 2 cents. My 2 cents. Okay, Fatty. Now I'm about to talk about the. I mean, I got really sidetracked here, showcasing stuff, but I want to talk. Like, I want to actually do what I originally set out to do on this stream, and that is to make my Zon for this season. Can I even? Okay, Zon for this season. Okay, and here's the. Okay, give me a sec. So this is usually what I do when I am trying to theory craft a character for the season, okay? I am going to assume that the character has cleared hell. I'm going to assume that magically they were able to reach level 71. Yeah, this is Vanilla D2. That's why I was asking if you've ever played on Slash before. The reason for that is I wanted to know if you kind of know what Slashdiablo, well, is, I guess. Slashdiablo is a private server, kind of like Median Excel, but the main draw that Slashdiablo has is they haven't changed the game, or it's changed the game the least out of all the private servers, I guess. All they really changed was they added Plague Runeword. They made it so it's like the drop rates are like no drop 0, and you need a Gull rune to spawn declone instead of selling like a shit ton of SOJs, which I think each of these are pretty reasonable changes personally, but that's again like that's pretty close to what the base game gives you. All the characters are exactly the same, the items are the same, the monsters are the same. They haven't changed any of those, and some people might consider that to be a drawback because it's been the same game for however many years, and it's kind of boring to play the same shit without any kind of like balance changes or whatever. But for me, that is the biggest reason why I enjoy playing on Slash over any of the other private servers. It's because I'm playing within the bounds of the original game, aside from, well, I guess also we get access to map pack, but you're kind of playing within the bounds of the original game in terms of how the characters feel, in terms of how strong the monsters are, in terms of like what items you need, like what their effects are. That for me are some of the most important things to keep in mind, I guess. Okay, so I'm just building my hammered in 24/7. Yes, you could, but the interesting thing about hammered in 24/7 is that yes, hammered in was like the most popular for BNet, because the environment on BNet was that you really needed to clear shit on like on players 8, like chaos. That's really what the end game was in vanilla D2. But on Slash, because no drop is set to 0, what that means is whether you're on players 1 or you're on players 8, the monsters are still going to drop items, or always going to drop an item. Yeah, regardless of how many players are in the game. What this means is that Necros are actually, well, and with map pack available, what this means is that Necros actually are one of the more valuable character types on this server. I mean, Sork is still number 1, of course, like, that's kind of a given. Blizz, you said hammered in 24/7, but I feel like Blizz Sork would be even more nasty on that front. But anyway, yeah, Sork is, Necro is another pretty good option, because yeah, you just need to be able to clear things on players 1, and they are excellent for running cows with their corpse explosion, and with map pack you can easily like farm items. Like they're the most efficient for farming wealth in cows. Whereas if you want to like do Seal Glitch Chaos, that's you probably want a Sork for that. Ideally a 200 FCR Sork. And then of course if you want to do Player's Aid or you don't want to deal with immunities and you want to farm everywhere, then yes, Hammerdens are probably best for that, right? So yeah. In my case, I don't care for any of those things that I just mentioned. I only really care about one thing. I only really care about doing like weird shit every season, like some weird character that's just never that people haven't seen, right? Like I've been a content. I mean, I've been doing streams for Slashdiablo for the last like what 4, 5, 6 years. I lost track now, and every season I want to do something different. I want to showcase something different. I feel like even in the vanilla game, there's a lot of people who dismissed like a lot of people were just like, the Amazon has Lightning Fury. That's the only way to play the Amazon. But a lot of people have never tried Freezing Arrow. A lot of people have never tried Exploding Arrow. And a lot of people have never tried a Spearzon. It turns out Spearzon's actually pretty strong. And actually quite cheap too. At least I say pretty strong in terms of like, you can kill shit pretty quickly, even on higher player counts. And it's actually pretty good for running Trav, although it doesn't have Hork like a Barbarian does. Still pretty good though. Again, these are things that I personally enjoy investigating for myself and not having to rely so much on what other people have themselves said are the best just because some other YouTuber with like 50,000 subscribers told them that that's the case. Not hearing enough about the Enchantazon strat. So, yeah, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, there's, especially because we have multi-boxing on Slashdiablo. I was talking about that before. Yes, enchant Sork. Like, yes, I'm fully aware that you can build a Sork and then just go enchant, and you could enchant yours on, or you could do this for literally any character, and there are plenty of people who do this on Slash already, right? You could also bow your character too. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and I've done that in past seasons. What interests me the most is having a character that is self-sufficient and capable of running these areas themselves without having outside assistance or interference. That's basically the whole premise behind some of the weird shit that I do, right? Like, I don't want to make, I don't really want to, like, okay, yeah, I could make a Bow Barb, and I could get, like, a Might Pally, and I could get an Enchant Sork, and then bring them into the game, and I hyper buff my Valkyrie, and I'm sure she could clear Trav with very little difficulty, but that's not what I'm here for. That's I want to actually demonstrate how this single character would be able to handle, Trav on its own. So there you go. Oh, I see. So Enchantazon too easy for you. Honestly, more or less, yes. That's another reason why the season that I was playing my Swapcast Telly Boazon, I think I've demoed you that one. I don't know if you remember that one, Hom. But the season that I played my Swapcast Telly Boazon, it was Dan, I think. Dan was the one who was like, yeah, just put on, what was it? Why don't you just enchant your Boa? And one of the reasons why I didn't want to make an enchant Sork is, again, I wanted to have the character be able to handle itself too. Although I guess that's a little bit of BS because I had a Bow Barb, but I didn't want to also bring in an enchanter. But anyway, that's basically the idea there. So yeah, THC. So I don't know if you're interested, but if you come back tomorrow, I'll be streaming Slash, and I'm going to be playing an Amazon, and I'm going to be trying to showcase another one of these characters from Vanilla D2, which you may or may not have played before, because there are some people who find Vanilla D2 to be boring because, there's no builds that are viable, and there's other people who find Vanilla D2 boring because they've played a lot of the builds, some of the more obscure ones, and the meta ones, of course, and they've decided that, okay, they've done everything there is to do in the game, there's not really much to see. But in my case, there's a lot of characters, let me take a look at my roster here. There's a lot of builds I still have yet to try. For example, Conversion Paladin. I've never actually tried to make a Paladin with Conversion, because there's this really weird interaction with Conversion in the game. I don't know if you know this, but if your level is lower than the monster you're trying to convert, then when it gets unconverted, it actually has one it has less than 1% of its max health, I think, which makes it really easy to kill. So you can convert a bunch of like council members and then kill them with some other skill. For example, it's just weird shit. You got team you join in? No, actually, I haven't put together a team. I haven't even attempted to put together a team. I just assumed that I was going into this solo this time around. Home is saying, I realize this is the same idea, but how much help would Thorn's Pally do to put Thorns on Valk? At least it's still passive. I mean, okay, I'll entertain the idea for a second. Very little. Thorns, okay, right off the bat, like, yeah, you said same idea. Same idea, I guess, in the sense of we're still porting in another character, so I don't like that. But even if we hypothetically ported in this Thorns Paladin, Thorns does shit for... It does shit for damage. It really does. Like, even like a fully maxed out Thorns with like amp damage, with Spirit of Barbs, or some combination like this, it still doesn't really come out to that much damage. As much as I hate to say it. Like, it really doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, I really did. I tried to make some weird ass, like, Thorns builds. I think I did, like, Thorns Necromancer with, like, Bramble or some shit, like, and Spirit. It was it Wisp Projector that gives Spirit of Barbs? There's like a ring, or there's something that gives Spirit of Barbs. I tried to do something like this, and I just know that Thorns is not. It, like, no matter how much I've tried to put together a build that can use Thorns, it just never works. That's why I've never even attempted to showcase that to you guys. Same thing goes with Sacrifice Paladin. Like, I can't make a viable Sacrifice Paladin. I'm sorry, I just cannot. Like, I've tried. It's like, oh wow, you can do like 1200% damage with Sacrifice, but you'll kill yourself in a couple hits, you know? Like, Anyway, sorry, that's off topic. So, okay, yeah, let's go back to Fatty's comment here, and I would like to properly address the original question. That original question being, like, what am I playing for this season, okay? So, just to list you kind of some of the ideas that I came up with, I could just play the standard basic bitch Javazon. I actually haven't really made a Javazon as my main character for any season on Slash up until now. I could do a Valkyrie Zon, as I just demonstrated. I could do, here's the other one, Lightning Strike Zon. But like I said before, I feel like if I'm going to go Lightning Strike, I might as well just go Lightning Fury, because I feel like Lightning Fury just is better, personally. And that this is just like a Walmart version of Chain Lightning from the Light Sork. But, going all the way back to what Hom was saying, this was like a while ago, but Hom was saying something about, by the way, Hom, the enchant Boazon, you're using Sork to enchant the Exploding Arrow Boazon is really a good idea. Like, I did think about it, but obviously, one of the issues, again, is I don't want to, like, carry a second character around, and I know this was from 30 minutes ago, but I realized I never actually addressed this. So, let's see here. What was the comment that I missed? I think what you were talking about was, have I played every Zon type? And there is actually, it turns out, one other Zon type I haven't played, or two actually, and I'm going to hybrid them this season, I think. And the point of this stream is actually for me to test if this is even viable before I hard commit to it. Oh, by the way, I know that the first okay, I want to actually read the first comment that Hom put real quick. Hom was saying, so no joke, like 30 minutes ago, I looked at my clock and I'm like, oh, I guess D2D2 isn't going to do his free ladder stream this season, but here you are. Yeah, glad that you were thinking of me and your hopes and dreams. But indeed, I started up the stream as early as I could today, but like I wanted to do it yesterday even, but I was busy yesterday, and today I had to make a bit of time for it. And yes, I knew going into today's stream that I was going to basically talk about what I'm going to be cooking up for this season. Okay, so with all that out of the way, I just want to recap one more thing. I've done most of the other types of builds, but this is the one character type I have yet to make. Are you ready for it? You are so not ready for this. It is Magic Arrow. I have never made a Magic Arrow Zon, and I also have never made a Guided Arrow Zon. So I need to see, I want to see just what these are capable of. I'm not even capping. Okay, and then of course we gotta figure out how we're going to. I mean, I have 34 points, so I'm gonna dump them somewhere. Penetrate. One sec. You didn't use Guided with Multi-Shot? No, I didn't. I used Strafe with Multi-Shot because Strafe just does, like, significantly more damage, and unlike Guided Arrow, Strafe can actually pierce. I did some reading on, about, Guided Arrow and Magic Arrow because, you know, I want to actually see if I can make, like, a viable... That's another thing, too. Usually, if I'm going to make a character, I tend to go on Amazon Basin and actually study the skill that I'm trying to make. Like, I'm not perfect at this, of course, but it's really good information to have if I'm trying to make the character. Anyway, okay, so that's done and out of the way. Yeah, I maxed out Guided Arrow and Magic Arrow, but realistically, I'll probably only max out one of these. When the time comes. I'm going to reload this real quick. Now I need to actually shop for a proper bow. I don't even... Yeah, I mean, I always have to go to Act 4 or 5 for the elite bows. I don't even know if one will be available, to tell you the truth, but, you know, we can try here, you know. Sure. Just for shits and giggles. I'm trying to remember my 2001 Windforce days. I feel like I always did multi and guided. I mean, sure, you could do multi and guided, but again, why do you need it? Like, what is the purpose of Guided Arrow, right? And let me just get a bow and we'll talk about... I love Boazon back then. I'm sure you did. Boazon truly is a very fun build. It really is. So, Guided Arrow. Hold on a sec. Let me just real quick get some points into. All right, 100 into strength. Oh, oops, that's awkward. Oops. Okay. Well, anyway, just gonna quickly keep dumping points. This is why I never play hardcore, boys. Keck W. Alright, well, I was uncalled for, but I deserved it in some ways. Alright, cool. So now I can actually... oh, I need 120 dex. Okay, let's rejoin real quick. Let's get my arrows back, and then I'm going to put this on. So right now, I do shit for damage. That's because I don't have, like, a good bow. But the reason why... The reason why I was doing this in the first place is because I'm going to showcase what Guided Arrow actually does here. So Guided Arrow will actually track whatever targets in an area. Like this, so you see it pulls, it's like going in one direction, and then it detects a monster, and then it'll go in the direction of that monster. Now, the problem is, of course, again, Guided Arrow is excellent for PvP. Yeah, it's not so good for very much else because it's single target and can't even pierce. That's a huge problem. Yeah, I'm just tweaking some things in the hero editor to bring my merc back. So for me, I might actually just let's take points out of Guided Arrow real quick. I don't really need to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. 34, 33. Guided Arrow. Okay, so now I have 33 points. I can actually dump my points into Pierce until it gets up to, let's say, okay, this is probably good enough, and I'm gonna put the rest of the points into Penetrate so that I can actually hit shit with my bow. 49%. Again, not great. But if I set it to Magic Arrow, I think the attack rating kicks in. Let me just double check that the attack rating here actually works, because I know that Magic Arrow has some bugs attached to it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Magic Arrow's +% attack rating is not applied, even though the character screen calculates and displays AR as though it is. +% AR from other sources is calculated. So, yeah, it's bugged in such a way where I can't even do, the, normal attack rating shenanigans, which is too bad. Okay, that's all good. Let's see. And I'll also get some points in a bit. I think I need to get a point in a decoy as well. Well, or not even put a point in a decoy, but actually put up a proper decoy. Cool. So now I won't instantly get melted. Now I can do F1. Yeah, I think this is good enough. So I have like no gear, but I just want to actually see this real quick. Yeah, so this is kind of what my shit looks like right now. It's pretty bad. Bright side about this is it's probably a pretty cheap build, right? Woodforce relatively cheap than like a low for 4. See, that's the awesome thing about melee builds, and especially like boa type characters and like Spearzons and whatnot. You don't You're right. You only need a low for Fort, and relative to like Jaw Burr for Enigma or Burr for Infinity, low is pretty cheap. But in the for than like a plus any decent IAS glove. See, that's another thing too. Yeah, I could. Let me actually customize some things for my character real quick. You said any decent IAS gloves. Here's the thing I need to do some digging into. I don't know if Laying of Hands is better for the plus 350% damage to demons, or if having +3 gloves, or +3 passive and magic skills. No, wait, sorry, it's 3 bow and crossbow skills gloves would be better. So I'm gonna put on these real quick. Laying of Hands is 20. Laying of Hands is 20. And gloves, I could shop for 320s hypothetically, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'd probably take even just regular +3s. I don't think it's worth it to shop for like the full thing. Hey, Neo Cacharo, is that how you say your name? Cachoro? Neo Cachoro? DHC was saying, same day as Median XL season. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, usually this happens where there's just some bad timing. Like, usually the reset will pretty much always coincide with something. I guess this time it just happens to be the Median XL reset. I remember once upon a time it was a Project D2 reset that it conflicted with. That was a rough season. Yeah, that one. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now. But, point is, yeah, like... Median XL season, I mean, at the very least, I'll be here playing. So if you want to kind of watch how Slash operates, then feel free to drop by my stream tomorrow. I should be here unless some unspeakable thing happens to me and I am unable to stream. So, alright. So 3 bow and crossbow skills. Again, my magic arrow is still meh. It's puppy in Spanish. Okay. XD. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to call you puppy, but I'll just call you Neo, if that's cool with you. How are things going with you, Neo? Nice to have you on board with us today. Just to kind of fill you in on what we're doing, we are playing on the private server, Slashdiablo. This is a bot-free, dupe-free, forum gold-free private server for the vanilla version of Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, not Diablo 2 Resurrected. And yeah, I just enjoy playing the base game, so that's just kind of why I'm on the server, and I'll talk more about that in a second. But Hom was saying, good luck on testing. I need to finish work and it's almost midnight. I have dinner plans tomorrow night, but I'll be around a bit later in the evening. Okay, glad to hear it. Hope to see you then. Hope things go well with your dinner plans. Take care, have fun, and I shall see you soon. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Hom. Appreciate it. Anyway, DHC is saying, ew, PD2. Really? Ew, PD2. That was unexpected. What's your issue with PD2? Like, don't get me wrong, I don't love PD2 either, but it is very rare I come across somebody who has a bone to pick with PD2, of all things. So, just wanted to share my 2 cents on that. Okay. Also, Hom, I don't know if you're still here, but Hom was saying, I think laying of hands is probably better because 350% over +3. Again, my main hesitation is I need to make sure that that's how, I mean, like, okay, so for every point into Magic Arrow, I get 1 more damage. And I also get, you see here where it says converts physical damage to magic damage, that's an extra 1%. So those gloves would be like plus 3% magic damage. But yeah, 350% damage demons is probably better. I think the 2 main things that I'm kind of like iffy about here are that not all monsters are demon types, right? So depending on where I choose to farm, some of the monsters might not be, like the Eldritch pack, for example. The Laying of Hands probably wouldn't help me all that much, aside from the IAS. And by, like, the Fire Res, I suppose. But also, I'm, like, looking at Laying of Hands right now, and I'm just, I'm looking at Magic Arrow. Here, let me show you guys what I'm talking about, okay? Where is it? Firefox. Okay, cool, great. So here, take a look. So Magic Arrow and Amazon Basin. Magic Arrows okay, no, not that one. Conversion occurs after +% damage. So, and Deadly Strike or Critical Strike are applied and before resistance is applied. So sometimes there are skills out there for which, like Vengeance. I think Vengeance is a pretty good one, where I think Laying of Hands actually doesn't help you in the case of Vengeance. That's like the Paladin skill. But in the case of Magic Arrow, it absolutely does. So I would have to agree with Hom on this one, that conversion, well, I mean, if, you know, Magic Arrow converts damage after calculating the physical damage component, then yes, probably Laying of Hands is the way to go. Yep, LOH should be better, Fatty is saying. Tried farming flares at Halls of Pain, low HP mobs. I did not. I haven't done any testing on this character yet whatsoever. I was planning to try to do that with you guys, but one of the things to note too is that, you know, actually I'm actually doing a pretty decent bit of damage to these with no equipment. That's kind of interesting. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm not. Okay, let's get out of here. I need way more damage. That is a given. Farming flares, Halls of Pain. So my issue with farming flares is Magic Arrow is not a very good skill for when it comes to AoE. That's my main issue here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Okay, let's take the Gothic Bow off the table, and I'm gonna try to import some big guns here real quick, right? Let's assume for a second that somebody who gets a win force, like maybe Fatty, is feeling particularly generous and knows that, you know, looks at my build, takes pity on me, and gives me a win force. Would this, like, how well would my character work with win force? Let's try this real quick. Wildchester! What's up, man? Hello, hello. Okay, so, like, again, I'm trying to show you guys, like, the budget. Okay, so I'll chat with you in a second, Wildchester, just to kind of fill you in on what we're doing. Today is a theory crafting session for me. I'm trying to build my character for the season. I'm trying to build my character for the season which is going to be, or I want it to be, a magic arrow Boazon. But before I hard commit to this character, I need to make sure that it's actually viable in some way, shape, or form. Hence why I'm messing around with some things here. So in this case, I'm playing around with Wind Force, and I'm trying to see just how much of a disaster this actually turns out to be. Yeah, so with Wind Force, we can see that there's, it's still not enough. This magic arrow, like I can kill shit after a while, but it's still far from ideal, right? And that's because I have pretty much no plus to damage equipment. Let's take off the gloves. Let's replace it with. Let's actually start putting together the full character. Orphan's Call, gloves, I think. No, wait, it's not Orphan's Call. The Disciple, there it is. So hopefully that kind of gives you an idea, Welchester, as to what we're trying to do here. I'm going to. Does Magic Arrow actually have synergies in D2R? Like, I know that they changed some skills, but I didn't keep track of all of them. But definitely, though, yes, in Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction, like, there were a lot of skills that are much weaker than their D2R counterparts. Now, a lot of people will cite this as one of the reasons why D2R is better, but for me, I actually enjoy the challenge of trying to make things work, as backwards as that sounds. So that's kind of why we're here in the first place, So based on the website you just showed, it seems like Deadly Strike is important based on the calculations, so Gillam's face. Yeah, it is. Actually, I already have Gillam's. I'm just throwing on all my equipment now. Yeah, so again, like, usually I open up with the budget version of well, no. When I'm doing my theory crafting, I try to like do the end game version of the character first, and then I move on to what the budget build would look like. But this time I just happen to do it in reverse. Anyway. Okay, so now this is more in line with what you'd expect out of this character. I'm using Treachery here. Like, I could throw on a Fortitude, but for the time being, let's just go with Gores and G-Face and Laying of Hands and Treachery. This is already my Blood Helm gives 5 to 10%. Yes, I guess I could craft a Blood Helm until I get the thing, but anyway, let's just stick with this for now. With Life Leech. Yeah, very true, but I'm not really in it for the Life Leech. I really shouldn't be getting hit. If I'm getting hit, then there's something wrong. Like, simple as that. Okay, yeah, I know I just got hit, but what I mean is, like, they should be dead, Like, I should be able to put up a decoy, and, my merc should just be, like, dumpstering them. That's just how it should be. I think I should take a look at something real quick. Eldritch. The Rectifier. Okay, let me take a look at the res on this guy. Also, one sec. I just need a sec here. I need to take a snack. Okay. Interesting. He's got. Is this max IAS? Seems very slow. Oh no, it's far from max IAS. Here, hold on a second. Let me throw on some other items to kind of boost IAS here. So let's go with Gold Wrap, because Gold Wrap actually has IAS on it. Let's go High Lords. I still don't think this is enough. I actually think that. What am I missing here? Why does my Swapcast Telly Boazon have so much damage compared to this? I'm trying to figure this out. Something's missing. I'm pretty sure. I just don't know what. Anyway, sorry. By the way, this is from THC. from earlier. I don't know if you're still around. I didn't mean to ignore you here. BG was horrible toxic community, easily worst community of any video game ever. Like League of Legends doesn't even come close. Call of Duty doesn't even come close. Really, really, that's actually so funny. I've never heard anyone say that before either. That's yeah, and saying that I don't know. That's interesting. Like I've played in Dota community, I've played in Han community, I've played in like. I've played in a number of communities, and I'm like, damn, dude, some of these communities, like, these people were not raised right. You need a bow barb for your group? Like to play on Slash, but my internet's kind of crap. Oh, for real? Okay, well, you know what? If there's enough people, I would be more than happy to, get a group going. Yeah, so... Muse. I don't know if Muse is still around. I'll shoot Muse a message and see if he wants to join on, Reset Night. Maybe I'll just do it as an open event. Like I legit might just make a game, and then if you guys want to join me for my run, I could do that. Something really chill, that not like just not gonna have a group or like a predetermined group. Just gonna like leave it open for people to come in and make sure that I leave a few open slots for people who ask ahead of time. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Anyway. So, Hom, G-Face, High Lords, Treachery, Gore Riders, and Gold Wrap. I could stuff IAS Jewel into my helm, and a Shale in my Wind Force if we need, but let's check this out real quick first. Yeah, this is a little bit better. This is actually much better, honestly. I kind of like this a lot more than before. To tell you the truth. I mean, is it killing shit really quickly? Not really, but I can kind of see the potential here. And keep in mind, too, this is, these are not even demon-type monsters either. And my decoy just keeps getting one-shotted. Okay, let me keep adjusting the equipment. I should just start it off. Oh, wow. Damage really is ramping up. Okay, let's reload this let's save. Oh, oops. Okay, doesn't really matter. Okay, one sec. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, right. I'll see what I can do. Would be fun. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I'd be happy to play with people who are actually like interested in joining in for the season. You know what I'm saying? So if you want in, then I'd be more than happy to take you in, because right now, you know, the majority of the people that I would normally play Slash with are just, well, I mean, I haven't really like reached out to them, but I'm gonna go on a limb and guess that they're not really willing to play. I used to play with like Marlies and Cindy's, Co, Enjoy, you know, and others, but I feel like a lot of them have long since, like, I just haven't heard from them recently, and I could, like, reach out to, well, okay, and I mean, you know, Co had some thing going on with some of the Slash people, so he doesn't really want to play Slash anymore. So, because of that, I think most of those people also stopped playing as well or something. I don't know. Having said that, I was thinking that I would probably go through tomorrow's reset by myself, but it does sound kind of lonely and miserable to only go through the game with my Amazon and not really have anyone to play with. So if people want to join in, I'm more than happy for that. But I'm also conscious now of the fact that my character is very weak. Like, I didn't expect it to be this weak. I mean, I expect it to be weak, but not like this bad. Like, damn, dude. Okay. Skiller. Anyway, are you still around, THC? I don't know if you heard me addressing your comment about PD2 or not. Bow. Here we go. You guys can't really see what's going on in the background, but you know, take my word for it. Yeah, okay, you're still here. Okay, goody, goody. You're the realist. Have nothing to do this weekend and don't have my daughter. I was able to play on Slash better than D2RBNet. Really? Okay. Well, yeah, let's do it, man. Sounds like a plan to me. The best realistic IAS breakpoint for guided arrow, I think 89. Yeah, bro, I don't know. I might actually try guided arrow next in a second. But I think, like I mentioned before, one of the problems with guided arrows, I get more damage scaling off of guided arrow. Not by much, though, honestly, because this is going to be added with all the other off weapon gear, off weapon damage and dexterity anyway. So it's really not going to add that much compared to magic arrow, is my guess. And again, it doesn't pierce, so that's a pretty big problem. D2R is cooked anyways. I want my $15 back. You made $15 for D2R. Was it the Valentine's Day sale? I heard people were saying like it was like a buy one get one free sale, buy one get two free sale for bots. But gee, not about strafe. But I found one article that says for other bow attacks, the BP are 89 for 9 frames, 147 for 8, and 292 for 7. Okay, well I don't think I'll be reaching 292 anytime soon, let alone 147. Or, well, sorry, I meant the other way around. I don't think I'm going to be reaching 147 anytime soon, let alone 292, but either way, I'm a little confused as to the transition here. Everyone's talking about strafe, but I found one article that said, like, dude, with strafe, you're firing, like, 9 arrows, like, right away, whereas with every other attack, like, you don't have anywhere near that much damage. I was playing HC SP on D2R this week, and I did beat the game on 3 different characters. Was kind of bored. Really? You beat the game, like, talking about, like, you actually went through Nightmare, Hell, and, like, Bale, or killed Bale and whatnot. It's pretty awesome. Okay, there we go. This is a little bit more of what I was expecting here. Yeah, like, this is the kind of damage that I was hoping for. But what the... Oh, am I, like... Maybe I need knockback gloves or something? I don't know. So, at this point, I can actually kill the monsters that I'm hitting. Like, look at this damage. Like, it's actually working. It's just that the damage is still... This build, with all the equipment I have, is about as strong as my freaking SSF McRob. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Yeah. The whole story on all difficulties on Sword Necro Druid. Dude, you're a beast. What the hell? Well played, man. Yeah, I was talking to some people who, I think died, on, I think, Sork for hardcore, so, yeah. Good on you that you managed to finish it. Hey, Fishbones! How you been, man? It's good to see you. It's about that time of the season again, where the ladder reset is upon us. So tonight I'm doing a stream where I am demoing, well, yeah, this is the pre-ladder stream to kind of let people know kind of what's going on for tomorrow, but more importantly, in this particular stream, I wanted to showcase my theory crafting process, just for fun, because, you know, I tell you guys that there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes about my play testing and checking out which builds work and don't work, and what I you know, basically just stuff I do that you guys don't see, and this is some of the stuff. So viability testing, for like whether or not this build is even playable, like what, you know, limit testing, like what I'm able to do or what I'm capable of doing or not able to do. Okay, you really need to go? Okay, well I'm going to do guided arrow real quick too if you wanted to stick around for that. I know I kept you a while already, but ooh, stone skin. Actually, what's my attack rating too? Okay, let's go get guided arrow real quick. 2 minutes, lol. Yeah. Alright, sounds good. I'll make it quick this time though, I really will. So, give me a second to just adjust my guided arrow. Guided arrow. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Fatty. Nice of you to swing by on Twitch here, and hope you're enjoying. I really do hope you guys are enjoying the stream though. Like, this is one of the most fun parts of the game for me, where I get to like showcase some weird shit. You know, like there's gonna be people out there who are just like, this is useless information. Like, why would you play anything other than a Javazon? But again, it's a lot of fun. That's why. And guided arrow, you can see, is 2,000 damage. But alas, it does not pierce. Yeah, it doesn't pierce. It kills pretty quickly, though, to guided arrow's credit. Discord did I see you in recently? 3 months. I guess you guys are talking to each other on that one. Okay, so this is done and out of the way. I'm going to show you guys one of the places that I actually wanted to run this build in. And that's Trav. Because I could probably... Oh, gee. That's a little scary. Ah, dude, I'm getting owned here. Yeah, I don't have like a good safe spot to put my guys. I can actually kill the council members pretty, I don't want to say pretty easily. Like, I can kill the council members here. I forgot that magic arrow and guided arrow are different. Yeah, it's sort of hard to, yeah, I forget that too sometimes because they look so similar. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all for that, but... Anyway, yeah, there you go, though. Just wanted to show you what guided arrow looks like. It looks like, yeah, it looks to me like guided arrow is, it's not that much better. In fact, it might arguably be worse just because it doesn't pierce, so. Or maybe I could do this. Whee! Can off-screen stuff, but I just don't have enough damage, so we need to figure out a way to get that damage. Yep, as I said, this season going to be painful. Oh, gee. Nothing we saw looks all that playable, to be honest. I hate to admit it, but I completely agree with you. So again, this is kind of the whole beauty of theory crafting. Now we have to try to figure out if there's any way to make this work. Was kind of the idea. Guided would be better for single target, at least. Yes, so I wanted to use guided arrow for running Trav, actually. I was showcasing it in Heldritch just to kind of, you know, because Heldritch is kind of like my warm-up, right? If I have a fully geared character and it can't even do like Heldritch, then yeah, we might have a very big problem. Does poison damage small charms add up your magic arrow damage? I don't think so. I think magic arrow only looks at the physical damage component of the thing that I'm firing. Is my understanding. Anyway, yeah, I'll probably have to like come up with a little bit more. I don't know if there's much else I can do here though, because honestly, I mean, well, there is one last thing. There is one more thing. I just realized. I'm just checking this one more time real quick. So magic arrow damage resist won't affect converted magic damage, but magic resist will. So even if I get decrep, it doesn't really make a difference, meaning that what I should do right now is I should switch my Merc. This is the only other source of damage I can think of that really helps me here. I'm going to replace my Treachery with Fortitude, and then, where's Fortitude, guys? Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to get Fortitude. Actually, here, let me just show this real quick. If I have Fortitude, it gives 300%. Yeah, this is a pretty massive damage boost in this case. Normally, it's not this big, or it's not this big a difference, but, like, I don't really have any other, like, sources of off weapon damage aside from my dex, I think. So, yeah, having Fortitude here is, like, a massive boost to damage. Maybe Fortitude is the key here. Let's give this a try real quick. And it actually pierces too, so... Yeah, there we go. This is... I mean, yeah, it's playable with Fortitude. Fortitude is where I have like a pretty big turning point for this character. And then I can also try Guided Arrow real quick too, if I go next game. Wildchester was saying, will you level with this build all the way? Absolutely not. I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. If I'm going to level with this build, then the most I would be willing to do is like go Boazon, maybe, but that's it. Yeah, you see, Guided Arrow is not too bad here. I'm gonna go try Trav one more time now that I have my my Fortitude. I think tried Gold Finder Necro this ladder, not gonna lie. It's actually a lot more fun and more faster to collect 3.4 million gold with a Gold Find Necro. You know something, now that I think about it, that actually makes a lot of sense because I always just assume that, you know, Barb can get the highest amount of gold find, like objectively speaking they can. And they also have, you know, fine item, like they can hoard bodies, but honestly, as a Necro, if you go in and you, like, clear everything, like, if you do 2 Trav runs, it'd be quicker than, you know, having a Barb, like, hork everything. And I mean, maybe it might be. I don't know. I haven't, like, tested it myself. But, yeah, I can see a case being... Each Trav run's 30 seconds. Yeah, that sounds about right. Even, like, for my base Poison Necro, a run of Trav is, like, 15 seconds. So I can kind of see that being the case. But, like, Lightning Fury, then we get until we get a low, then respec. It wouldn't be Lightning Fury if that were the case. I would probably do... Gee. Maybe Magic Arrow in this case? Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Well, Chester was saying, yeah, I thought so, lol. Yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, there you go. You said 2 minutes, Tom, so you can go now. I showed what I needed to. Lightning Fury till we get a low, then we respec. Yeah, but if I were to go Lightning Fury, though, I'd probably rather go Lightning Strike instead, as I mentioned before. Maybe I will go Lightning Strike. Maybe Lightning Strike will actually be the build that I use for this season. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. But, okay. Yeah, have a good night, home. Thanks again for hanging out. All right, so we are at a pretty interesting predicament right now. I need to use use the bathroom, so I will be back in about a minute. This will also give me a chance to really think about what to do next because this is kind of tough. This is one of those situations where this character is so... I mean, I'm going to say it straight up. Even with a fully geared boa, it's still pretty weak, honestly, is how I feel about it. So I had to really come up with something here because I'm not liking this. To tell you the truth, when it says converts, you know, physical damage to magic damage, I thought it was going to add, like, an additional, like, 31%. You know, it's going to, like, you know, my shot would do the maximum amount of damage, and then it would take like 31% of that damage and add it on. That was my understanding of how Magic Arrow works, but maybe that might not be the case because my skill right now, like my Magic Arrow, is really doing like jack shit all for damage, and I don't like that. So again, I need to do a little bit more thinking. I'll be back in a bit to kind of discuss more about, I guess, what I've come up with. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and I came up with something. I have an idea. I don't know if this will work, but still, I feel like it might be worth a shot. Okay. Alright. So, let me, show you guys what I'm looking up right now, okay? Hope you guys are still with me on this, journey to madness. You guys let me know if you have any questions. I mean, I'm really, like, let me know also what you guys think. If are you guys enjoying this? Are you guys not enjoying this? Would you prefer that? I mean, I don't think most of you guys would care, but still, I'm a little curious. Are you guys enjoying me kind of like talking about the theory crafting process? Because for me, when I play D2, like at the start of every season, I kind of have to do something like this, and I wanted to share this with you guys because this is one of these seasons where I'm not even so sure I can hard commit to this Boazon, so I wanted to like share. But be right back, breakfast. Okay, sounds good. But anyway, yeah, I'm not so sure I want to hard commit to this, so I kind of wanted to like showcase it to people before I, go down that route. Lacerator, there. So yeah, I'm looking for anything that can give me amplified damage. Brand, but that's when struck, unfortunately. Okay, well, let's try something else. Curses. Let's do... Okay, seriously. Decrepify, there it is. Ooms Limit, Spell Steal, Wrath. That's the one. Wrath requires like a burr rune though, doesn't it? I think it does. When you kill an enemy, Executioner is just as glorious axe. G. A Lawbringer. Lawbringer... Hammer, Scepter, Sword, so I cannot make it in a bow. Oh, this kind of sucks. Yeah, this is... Yeah, this one's a bit of a struggle. Anyway, there is one other thing I need to do real quick. So, this is my magic arrow damage. Well, yeah, this is my current magic arrow damage. Maybe if I get my Merc and then I get Pride on him, maybe that might... I want to see if that can... how much damage that would actually give me. Especially because the Merc also has Might Aura. So let's see what we can do with that. Doom, no. Wait a second, no, this is the wrong item. What is it? Rune words, ladder only, weapon. Is it Merc? Pride, there it is. Okay. So, here we go. So my Merc has Pride. That doesn't really give him very much damage, but yeah, okay, that's actually a pretty huge boost in damage. You know something? I think I see what part of the problem here is regarding Magic Arrow. Magic Arrow doesn't... Let me just double check this real quick. Magic Arrow. Yeah, adds physical damage and converts a percentage of physical damage to magic damage and doesn't reduce quiver quantity. So, I had a misunderstanding about how this ability actually works. I thought that it it does the normal amount of physical damage and then it adds the magic damage, but this is actually a lot worse than I originally thought it was. And in fact, amp damage doesn't really help me here either. Okay, with Pride, it's actually not too bad. I also see that my Merc has yet to pop his Aura, where I feel like if he does pop his Aura, then he might actually be able to... Okay, there we go. 5,000. Okay, so When I had Pride up, it was like 4600, and then with his Might Aura up, I'm up to like 5500. So that's actually pretty decent. I think if I keep my, like, a fully geared Zon like this, I think might actually work. The only question is whether or not it's worth it to bother to even consider using Magic Arrow. Or if I should just use, hey, Alamau. And the answer to that is no. I have not found any burrs. Ladder hasn't even reset yet, man. I'm in the middle of showcasing what stupid thing I'm going to be doing for this season. Yes, new. Yes, yes. Anyway, I hope you're doing alright, Alamau. Hope things are going well with you. Yeah, I'm having a blast right now just showing people my theory crafting process and demonstrating another one of these like really ridiculous builds that I don't really know if I'm gonna want to use this. Okay, Might and Pride, so again, we can, yeah, like honestly, with all of these bonuses, this is actually pretty legit, in my opinion. Like I can actually kill shit pretty fast, as long as I have everything active. But again, that's pretty costly. Like, I need Pride, I need Fortitude. Okay, what about Guided Arrow? Let's try Guided Arrow real quick. 6,000 damage. And none of this is magic damage either. Yeah, it's taking too long to kill them. I don't like that. They should be dead in like a couple hits the most. Even Strafe would have killed them quicker than that. Let's be told. Also, sometimes, like, my magic arrows actually hit them, and it just, like, doesn't do anything. It's kind of, it's not good. Eat. I'm gonna back off real quick. Yeah, one of the reasons why I was making this character is for this area specifically. Like, I felt like you come across monsters like Ismail Vilehand and... Wait, what? The fuck is going on here? What is actually going on here? Hold on, what? I'm using Magic Arrow, right? Yes, I'm using Magic Arrows, so... Legit, my Merc's actually doing more damage than... Okay. What? He's immune to physical. Magic arrows are hitting him and doing nothing for the most part, but sometimes it actually does a lot of damage, and then other times my Merc hits and does even more damage. I'm very confused as to how that works. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there is one other idea I have that might work. You know, because I'm trying to like play around with like well, no, sorry, Magic Arrow and Guided Arrow. So there is actually one other thing that I should try if that's the case. Hey, fatty. Okay, that was weird. Okay, let's see if this works. Huh. Okay. I think, gonna be guided arrow here. Wait, what? Oh! Okay, I need to be level 80 for these to work. Alright, let's try this again real quick. Okay. Am I not hitting them? Are they taking any damage from this? They're taking more damage. What? Oh, okay. It's 13k because it's adding the poison damage from my inventory. Wow, that's the amount of damage my PDSCs are doing. Take a look at this. So I have 6, 12, 18, 24, 25 PDSCs. Does like no extra damage. Wow. Alright. Haha. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm actually at a loss. Yeah, I wish I could pretend otherwise, but I'm actually at a loss for what to do. Yeah, it's not like there's really much way or many ways to boost magic arrow damage either, or boost like magic damage. So that's a bit of a bummer. Plague Javelin, I've already done that. Power Strike, well, haven't ever really used Power Strike. Wow. Um, Honestly, I'm really tempted to go with the Nightmare Cow's Jabazon idea that I was talking about earlier at this rate. This is actually... this has been interesting, to put it lightly. Valkyrie. Valkyrie, Valkyrie, Valkyrie. That's another option too. I could try to like get a bunch of... Oh, that'd actually be really cool. Oh my. Hold on, I just came up with a pretty interesting idea. Um, yeah, I think I actually might have something. Like, I think I know how I might end up playing next season after all. This is gonna be so jank and so weird, but you've done like every build. How long since you played a classic character? Actually, I was gonna say never, but that's not true. I actually did play a classic character once. That was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. I think it was 8 years ago. Yeah. Um, yeah, I can't remember the context of why I played classic. I think someone like dared me to do it, like not even, not like on this channel on one of the streams that I did here or anything like that, but somebody was like, "Yeah, go play classic," and I was like, or give classic a try. I'm like, okay, sure. Then I gave classic a try. I remember getting like I think Gull Dagger was a thing, right? I think I remember like rolling a Gull Dagger off Bloodraven at like on the first kill or some shit like that. It was crazy. And then after that, I made it all the way to Norm Diablo, and then I stopped playing after that. But anyway, yeah, that's to answer your question. But regarding, you said you've done like every build. That's actually just not true. That is not true at all. I'm looking at. I actually have a roster like I put it down in well, in a notepad file. All the characters that I've played up until now, the character that I'm playing now, and of course all the characters that I haven't yet played. And it turns out that I have a lot more characters that I haven't played than you might expect, or at least characters that well, yeah, just characters in general. Like I have at least, I'm just looking at this right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have at least 10 characters lined up. I'm not shitting you. Like, you might think, wow, I've played like a different character every season, and this, yeah, and like, clearly, you're almost done with everything. But actually, no, I still have at least 10 other, not characters, but like builds that I could play. So, yeah, I don't know if that comes as much of a shocker to you. It came as a shocker to me, but I'm like, dude, there's actually a lot of builds out there that I have yet to try. Just to kind of give you an idea as to one of the characters, or one of the builds I'm talking about, I'm going to call him the Diplomat, but it's basically a conversion paladin. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. I want to play a season where I base the character, or I revolve the character around conversion. And then I'll probably keep his level low just so I can keep abusing the conversion bug is my intention. So that's just one of the characters I haven't actually, I haven't played. There's plenty of other ones here. I'm just looking at the other characters. Yeah, this season I'm debating between, well, I mean, I still have yet to play a Lightning Strike Zon. I've like never really dicked around with that, but it feels or it sounds like a discount like Sork Chain Lightning. Lightning Fury is probably better than it, which is one of the reasons I'm a little reluctant to play it, but I'd like to give it a try at some point. And then of course I haven't made a Valkyrie Zon, which is what I was showcasing earlier today. And then of course there's the passive, no, not passive Zon, Passion Zon, that's what it was. Yeah, I could throw Passion onto a weapon and then wield it with my Zon. That's an available option. And then try to do some weird shit with that. But again, right, I'm just throwing out like... I know some of these might sound like a bit of a stretch, but like really when it comes to coming up with builds, there's always new builds to play or try or make. It's just a question of how much you want to suffer, I think, with all of these bizarre build ideas that get thrown around. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Fever, I hope you're doing well, though. It's nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by to say, or to say hello, I guess. Yeah, by the way, I don't know who's watching right now, but tomorrow is the Slashdiablo ladder reset. I don't actually have a team that's set up, So I'm going to pull Wildchester in because he requested to join in. I'll probably make a post tonight after the stream is over, and if we have any remaining slots, people will be welcome to join. But otherwise, um, yeah, I'm just gonna go at it myself with my Zon, I guess. Yeah, pretty hype. Originally, I was actually just gonna go solo. Like legit, I was just gonna go solo with my Zon, and I was gonna play through the game by myself. I think that there is a joy, or like a certain joy in actually going through the game yourself too, and just seeing what you can do. In my case, I haven't really done it that much on Slash because I prefer playing with others, right, on a ladder reset. But I do think that uh, at some point, if I still have time to keep making Diablo 2 content for you guys, that I would like to at some point do some single player playthroughs on Slash, or to even demo um, yeah, to kind of demo like what would happen if I actually did like 4-1s, or if ever there's a season where I say to myself, you know what, I want to farm wealth super fast, then yeah, that's probably a season where I do a 4-1, but you kind of get the idea. Lightning Strike is on for Den of... Fatty's like, Lightning Strike's on for Den of Evil runs. Yo, man, Lightning Strike... Okay. Okay, honestly, let's investigate. Let's actually see. Yeah, like, we've spent a lot of time making this character. We spent a lot of time making this character. Let's see what happens if we try to throw on, let's try messing around with Thunderstrokes real quick. Weapons, Javelin? Come on, throw. Okay, yeah. Okay, seriously? I need a second, guys. Uniques, class items, Amazon, Thunderstroke. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I don't think I even have a spirit, but let's say Lightning Bolt 20, Lightning Fury 20, Lightning Strike, was it? Lightning Strike 20. Okay, cool. Let's give this a shot real quick. Let's see how much damage Lightning Strike does in comparison to this jank shit that I'm trying to do right now. Lightning Strike. 1 to 1722 damage. No, 1 to... Yeah, look at that. 1 to 2163 with 30 hits. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we got here. What the hell? Okay, it takes a while to kill shit, but again, I think that's probably because I don't have any equipment for this character. Hold on a sec. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's make a character from scratch, fully geared Lightning Strike, and see... Let's see if it, like, honestly, I feel like there's some potential there. Try Nightmare Cows after this. I could do that. Like, keep in mind, that was a base Lightning Strike. You know what? Let's do that right now first, before anything else, actually. That would make more sense. Yeah, let me set up my character so that I can run Nightmare Cows, and then we'll do Nightmare Cows with this base Lightning Strikes on, and then I'll switch over to fully geared Lightning Strikes on and see what we can do in Hell. I think that would be really cool to see, because we're poking fun at Lightning Strike. We haven't even seen it yet in action, so maybe there are some good uses for it. Like it's basically a chain lightning. So who knows? Maybe it'll actually be better than we expect by a huge margin. That's tough to say. Let's find out together. Okay, so I need to get a cube. By the way, so Fatty was saying solo would take like 9 hours. Okay, so you're talking about like solo. You're talking about soloing like the game with my Amazon, or with like my usual 4-box strat, because I've done 4-boxing before, and if I remember, let me take a look at my speed running times here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I have Uh, builds. Do I not have it anywhere? Okay, well, sorry, I don't know where I put it, but I'm pretty sure that... I'm pretty sure that it... Okay, if I were playing like a, you know, my usual 4-box route with a Sork and whatnot, then yeah, I should be able to do it in quite a bit under 9 hours. But if I'm playing a Zon, I actually don't know. I actually don't know how long a Zon would take. Sorry, a Boa Zon run would take. I gotta be very specific about that, because if I go, you know, Charge Strike, I feel like it'd be quite a bit quicker. But if I'm actually freaking trying to play through the game with a with a Boazon, that's a different story. Wildchester saying, yeah, I don't know what I will play. I'll make something that can support and do stuff on 800 to 900 ping. Okay, fair enough. Keep in mind you could also go Necro, because with a Necro you just need to like get summons up and like spam curses. So as long as you have your summons up, you can just run into a portal and it'll kill shit. 9 hours is speedrunning time, to be honest. True, you have map pack on Slash. What do you mean by that? From what I remember, Lightning Strike isn't that bad. I think it's actually pretty decent. Again, I just think that Lightning Strike is probably better. That's like my main hesitation. That was just my 2 cents. Solo playthrough with my Amazon. No, that's what I was actually planning to do, though. Like, no cap. That was my original intention before Wildchester expressed interest in wanting to join me for the ladder reset. And I think that would have in some ways been fun to watch as well, because then I can't, like, if I can't rely on anybody to carry me through the game, then how am I going to play my like Bozon through the game, right? Like, that just sounds like an impossible task. At least beating the game on the first day. So that's one of the things that, you know, that's one of the things I want to do different for this season and kind of showcase to you guys. But again, if it's a choice between suffering on my own or, you know, pulling in Wildchester to join me for that suffering, then, well, you know, it's very obvious which of these two options I would do. Yeah, so you guys see what I mean? Like, yeah, Lightning Strike isn't bad based on, like, this is exactly what Wildchester said. And I'm running out of mana real quick, but okay, you know, let's get Lightning Fury. Whee! Actually, I don't know. I'm out of mana. Give me a sec. Let me redo this real quick. This certain season was certainly great for me. At the end game, I had bad luck at cows. Grinded my Enigma after 150 hours. Bloody hell, dude. That's oof. That is a big oof. Unlucky. Alright. Yeah, you know, like, this is... Yeah, Lightning Fury is just so broken. Like, look at this shit. Wee! 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 You know, whereas in this case, if I went Lightning Strike, I had to not only, like, stand and hit something, but it doesn't even kill them. I don't understand this at all. I think it's because of Pierce, because every... The thing about Pierce is, whenever I hit one of these, it, you know, for every monster it pierces through, it actually releases the bolts for every monster that it passes through. Whereas with Lightning Strike, this only happens one time. So, you know, Lightning Strike isn't really that bad. It's just a balanced version of Lightning Fury. So, yes, I was actually correct. I didn't test it, by the way, before this. But, anyway, I could actually do Lightning Strike. I really could, but I was actually planning to do Lightning Strike next time I play Zon, to tell you the truth. This season, I have something else in mind as to what I think I'll actually end up doing, and I'm going to showcase to you guys that in a couple of moments. I think that's going to be the last thing that I demo, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fixated on that. Lightning Strike T-Strokes, Boggers. Yo, for real though, I am, like, look at this. This is actually a Lightning Strike T-Strokes. Yeah, it's actually Lightning Strike T-Strokes. No cap. But again, if it's a choice between that or just using the freaking most busted Zon skill ever, well, okay, Charge Strike is really strong too, but you guys get what I mean. Then, yeah, like, which of these two should I take, right? I mean, at least Lightning Strike only costs 9 mana. And those cost, like, mid-rune too, yeah. Yeah, for real. Less demanding than Titans. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I could also like wield a spear instead of this stupid lightning fury, but anyway. Again, like these are all kind of like a reach, you know. I think part of the problem for me with Magic Arrow is it's not like it's not even anyway, whatever. It's just not adding more damage like and guided arrow just doesn't do enough extra damage. So again, I could play a build that revolves around these two skills. It just doesn't seem very it just doesn't seem like it would be a lot of fun. Like I straight up would not be able to play like to do hell for a really long time. And yeah, no, straight up like it's not even like my throw barb where I was actually pumping out like 3,000 damage once I had the right gear. Like with this build, I straight up don't have much off weapon ED. And even when I do get off weapon ED, Magic Arrow just converts the damage. It doesn't even add extra damage. What's the ISBPs for Lightning Strike? I don't know. I don't really care much for the ISBPs. I only care about how much raw damage I'm getting out of it. Because, you know, I compare Lightning Strike to Lightning Fury. And Lightning Fury is just one throw kills everything. Whereas Lightning Strike is like, you know, I want to get as few hits to kill shit as possible. That's just the way I see it. Wildchester was saying max blocks on with Lightning Strike. Yeah, no kidding. Fire Ice Arrow would be more enjoyable, but still rough. I don't know if you heard me say this earlier, but again, one of the reasons why I'm not willing to do Fire slash Ice Arrow is because I've already done Fire and Ice Arrow. I haven't played... Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did play through the game with a Fire Ice Arrow hybrid, but I didn't do that on stream, though. Yeah, so I've actually not only played through the game as a Fire Ice Arrow hybrid. In fact, I think that's what inspired me to make the actual character for a ladder season. But, well, yeah, I actually played it on a ladder season where I went hybrid Fire Ice Arrow, or, well, you know, exploding arrow, freezing arrow hybrid. So, I remember your strafes on with Enigma, though. Yeah, so originally, before, and it wasn't, well, okay, it is technically a strafe son, but I mean, it also used multi-shot, right? Before it was a multi-shot Zon, before it had Wind Force, I was actually playing around with Freezing Arrow and Exploding Arrow on that same character. And then eventually when I got to Wind Force and I got like a bit of decent gear like Laying of Hands, that's when I migrated over to multi-shot. But it turns out that before you get like, you know, things like Wind Force and Laying of Hands, you could shop for the majority of the gear that you need to make a Freezing Arrow Boazon. Seriously, you only need like 3 bow and crossbow skills gloves. Maybe you might want like a Nadir if you know, you really want to make your life easier. You need Peace, which is Shale Full Am, and then, you know, that's already like +5 skills right there, but you might, if you can somehow get your hands on it, get like a Wizen Draw, you know? Wizen Draw is actually pretty huge for Freezing Arrow Boa. Ice Arrow is the easy way for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it, right? Like, I've already beaten the game once before with like with a Frost Boa slash like Exploding Arrow Boa. Like, it's doable. Like, I know this already. That's not anything new to me. Fatty was saying, I remember that season where you found your first Zod from Bits. Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, I think that's my only Zod from Pits, now that I think about it. I've never gotten a Zod from Pits any other time. Yep, I don't think I have. Magic Arrow seems so bad. I completely agree. I really do feel like Magic Arrow is like, it's balls, bro. It is balls. The absolute dog. I wish it weren't. I really do. I wish it was like adds damage, which is, again, what I originally thought it was, but Magic Arrow, I'm looking at this, and it is actually so shit for what I'm trying to do. It's not bad as like a backup skill if you really need to deal with some kind of physical immune. I'll give it that, but you know how it is right now. Like this is poopy. Getting Zod from tower level 5 was next level insane. Yeah, that was pretty fucking wild. And the wildest part about that Zod wasn't the fact that it was a Zod. It wasn't the fact that it was from tower seller level 5. It was not even the fact that here, hold on a second. Oh, it's okay. Sorry. Like I was saying, so it wasn't just the fact that it was from Tower. It wasn't the fact that it was a Zod. It wasn't the fact that it dropped like day 3 or day 4. It was the fact that that was the one season where I actually needed a Zod, right, to make my EBOTD. That is the one time I needed a Zod, and it was the Spearzon, okay? The Spearzon season was the season I got the Zod that I needed to complete the character. Because think about it, right? Like, the what does a Spearzon need to actually do okay? It just needs that Zod with like a, well, okay, it needed a Vex, and I needed like a proper base, I guess, but like, dude, damn, as soon as I got that EBOTD, that thing was slaying. Like, I've never seen such a huge power spike in my entire fucking life before. And I've played Dota and League of Legends, like gosh damn. As far as power spikes are concerned, that was something else. That just blew my mind. That really did blow my mind. I don't know what else to say there. Okay, anyway, going back to Wildchester. Yeah, Ice Arrow, yeah, definitely Freezing Arrow, Exploding Arrows is kind of like, yeah, I could certainly do those. Like, there's no question in my mind about that. But I'm really trying to find another way to have EBOTD is so much fun, very satisfying weapon. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. I actually have an idea. I have an idea, and I'm gonna showcase it to you guys right now. Okay. Um, Again, this is what I think the game has sort of led me to. So let me delete this real quick. Um, Wait a second. What was I checking? Oh yeah, I was supposed to check for a max geared lightning strike zone. That's what it was. Okay, well, you know what? Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna make this real quick. Fatty, you still around? I'm gonna assume that you are, because this is gonna be you and me are going to look at this one together. Okay, I'm just gonna max everything. Like, I don't care about having the stats correct and everything, right? Sometimes I make characters with their stats, completely correct. If I'm trying to simulate like the start, like an actual ladder season. Other times I make a character with like roughly the right stats, and other times I just go like max life, max mana, max stamina. Okay, cool, great, you're here. All right, let's pump up the shit out of this character's stats. Let's go 2,000. Well, wait, no, 20 skill points on all. Batch, live, skills, waypoints. Yeah, it's kind of a shame too. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to showing you guys all of the other cool. Like, I don't want to overhype it, but there's other cool characters that I haven't actually demoed to you guys. And even some characters which are of my own creation with my own spin on it, which you guys will never have seen anywhere else. I have like 10 more characters, and that's going to span another, like, well, yeah, 10 seasons on Slash. So that's like 3 years. I don't know if Slash is going to be here in 3 years. I don't know if I'm going to be here in 3 years. So, uh, you know, I'm just throwing that out there right now, man. I'm telling you, it'd be. Oh, you know what? I actually have never made a Poison Dagger Necro, and I wasn't planning to. Um, I like how both of you brought that up at the exact same time too, like almost the exact same second even. Damn, same thought at the same time. Yeah, I saw those two messages come in at the very same moment. You guys are twinning today. I don't usually like using that term. It's a little cringe for me, but yeah, I feel like it's uh, quite accurate here. Anyway, yeah, well yeah, no joke. Like, that's one of the character types that I have not myself even considered making. Um, but I'll tell you guys straight up, like, So far on Slash, I made a Poison Necro and a Poison Necro, right? I haven't made a Summoner. I haven't made a Bone. Well, I want to call him a Boner. I'll just call him a Boner. I haven't made a Boner. And, well, I haven't made a Poison Daggermancer. And yeah. You could also make, like, melee-type Necromancers, too, which... you know, right? Like, there's different builds for it sounds ridiculous, right? Melee Necro, but I'm not kidding you. The cool thing about a Necro is he has amp damage built into his kit. So, you know, that helps a lot if you decide to go melee. Like, physical melee. Boner is quite good to run through the game, but its damage sucks in the long term, sadly. You know what, Wildchester? I kind of agree. But having said that, it is on my to-do list to eventually do a Bone Necro. I also have a special build. I'm not going to say for which character, but I have a special build that I'd like to try at some point on Slash, but I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to that one. Yeah. Quite expensive too, so I'm gonna need to sweat it out a little bit that season. Not even sweat it out. I feel like a Slash at this point is definitely not about sweating out. Like if you had like, you know, 3 years ago, before like D2R and PD2 were a thing, when there was actually like a lot more people playing on Slash, like, yeah, like people would have like these bidding wars. But nowadays, if you need items, usually you can get it pretty easily, unless it's high runes. Poison / Summoner is way more fun. While Chester is saying, yeah, V8 Boner feels so bad. I had Bone Necro and Maggot Lair, and it was okay, but slightly worse. Okay, that's interesting. I actually would have expected Bone Necro to be better at Maggot Lair than Fireball Sork, honestly, but that's just my 2 cents. If you don't have Teleport Staff, then rip. Oh, gee. Okay, so let me continue making this character real quick. I've talked to you guys. I appreciate y'all's patience, but I need to finish this character. So we're doing Lightning Strike, right? We're doing Lightning Strike, so let me look for a spear that... Is there even... I honestly feel like Thunderstrokes are the way. Like, I'm just gonna do Thunderstrokes, like, fuck it. You can't really top that, can you? For Lightning Strike. Thunderstroke, and then for the shield, I'm going to import a Monarch. At least you always have CE lying around. You know what? I'm gonna do some weird shit. Okay, I'm gonna do some weird shit today. I hope you guys can forgive me for this, but I'm gonna put a Spirit Monarch, but I'm also gonna edit the Spirit Monarch so that it has minus 20% reduce Pierce. Yeah, Pierce Lightning, 20%. Basically, I'm gonna pretend like it's actually like a 5/5, or it has like 4/5/5 light facets stuck into it, or some crazy shit like that. All right, give me a sec here. Extra. No, that's not it. Resist, reduce, passive lightning mastery. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, here we go. Something for a Gmod this season? A Gmod. What's Gmod? T-strokes and T-God. Actually, that's true. You know what? Thanks for bringing that up. Let me get a T-God's Vigor as my belt. Lightning Strike. Okay, excellent. And then, of course, we need... What arc of deflecting? Oh, gee. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna put... what was it? Laying of Hands, right? Let's get some Laying of Hands on here. Okay, this is good enough. Yeah, you're gonna have to edit some of these items to reflect... like, there's a lot of stats that don't really matter on these items. Like, I'll show you what I mean in a second. I mistyped, but Monarch deflecting. Yeah, man. Javelin and spear skills. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what I mean real quick when I say there's some things that don't really matter. So yeah, life, energy, all this shit, it really don't matter. I maxed out everything, but you see these Magnus skin gloves, right? Yeah, I'm too lazy to like make the item from scratch, so I just grabbed something that has 20 IAS already and just added 3 javelin spear skills to it. So yeah, don't mind that too much. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going here. Oh yeah, and one other thing too. Check this out. Okay, this is definitely just hacked to shit, but yep, we've made a 5-faceted or 5-4-4 faceted spirit shield, boys. You know, because why not? Hero editor is fun, fun, fun. Okay, 1 second. Oh man, I'm excited for this. I'm just finishing up. I'm gonna finish up this character. And then once I finish up this character, I'm going to show you guys, I think, what I've decided to do for the season. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be disappointing. Like, you guys are probably going to be like, oh, that's so lame. But you know what? I really want to see if I can make this work. I love using faceted shield on Javazon personally. Oh, you do? Okay, cool. Faceted armor for bail runs on P8. Faceted armor for bail runs. Okay. Peace, right? Peace. Okay. Valkyrie. Wing. Class items. Amazon. Huh? Oh, wait, no. Valkyrie Wing is not a Zon only helm. Okay, cool. There we go. So check this out. Lightning Strike, right? Where's Lightning Strike? Here it is. 1 to 69.70. So that's actually pretty decent. Let me actually run it real quick. Yeah, I mean, it kills shit. I will give it that. It does kill shit, but again, I mean, if it's a choice between that and freaking this. Same equipment too, of course. Not bad, right? But whee! Like, I don't know, bro. I really wish I could. I really wish it weren't the case. I want to have a good reason to really consider Lightning Strike, but you know, they don't really make it all that easy for me, to be completely honest. The thing about this Chain Lightning too is I mean, it has a finite range too. Like I notice if I use my thing here, it like, you see this? The lightning strike goes up to here. It went in this direction, but then it stopped like up here. If it could like continue bouncing to everything else, oh dude, that'd at least give it like something. But anyway, having said that, I still think I probably will leave lightning strikes on for like a rainy day if I need to cycle into an Amazon for some reason, and I need to use something temporarily to get myself to passion or like some other weird character. I don't know, man. It's pretty tough because after this season, I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrel for Zon. As for every other character type, I have ideas as to what I can do, right? Like, you know, I have builds for Sork, I have build for Necro, I have builds for Sin, Pally, Druid, Barb, right? But was that all the Sork, Necro, Assassin, Paladin, Druid, Barb? Yeah, but Zon in particular is just very difficult for me to like come up with something where I'm like, wow, this actually looks like it could be a lot of fun. And it also needs to be something that I can farm, like, you know, I need a way to transition into the character, if that makes sense. I can't just freaking like, you know, there's some builds which, if I have unlimited wealth from the very beginning of the season, then yeah, I can make the character, right? But the whole point of the season is to build myself up to the fully developed character. Yeah, Zon really doesn't give me many options for that. But anyway, you guys have heard that song and dance many, many times at this point, so I'm just gonna stop there. Love using faceted shield on Javazon personally. Faceted armor for bail runs on P8. Yeah, faceted armor for bail runs makes total sense to me, man. Like, that's what a lot of people do. Like, on Slash, people are like, yeah, you don't really need that much damage. Because, you know, most people are just playing on, like, players 1, right? Like, but when you're playing, like, players 8, yeah, you're going to want all the damage. That's for sure. Anyway. Amazon Torch. And then, okay, so last thing, Fatty, you ready for this? This is for the Lightning Strike Zon. I'm gonna try this one more time real quick. So keep in mind the difference now is I've stuffed my entire inventory with Javelin Spear skills and this, you know, Zon Torch and Annihilus. And we can even see here my my Lightning Strike is now up to what, like 10,000 damage as opposed to 6,000. Now obviously Lightning Fury is completely broken, so yeah, everything it touches it kills, but 10k, yeah, exactly right. But if we go, oh yeah, I did Peace. I should have done, yeah, that was my bad. I should have actually put a faceted armor. Whoopsies. Yeah, honestly, this is playable. This actually is playable if I wanted to make, like, a Lightning Strike Zone. But again, like, I don't... Yeah, I'm really trying to think of a time when I would want to use Lightning Strike over Charge Strike. I have to, or over Lightning Fury. I have to really think about that. Or even Charge Strike. Like, I'm, like, thinking, okay, well, I mean, Lightning Fury is not that great for dealing with bosses. Maybe I can maybe I can use, like, Lightning Strike for that. But then I remember that when it comes to bosses, give me a sec here. When it comes to bosses, Charge Strike just one-shots, right? So, yeah, not really giving me many options to work with, as much as I wish that weren't the case. Alright, let's do this real quick. And let's go Durance, and let's go Teleport. Okay. Whatever, this is good enough. We'll get there, eventually. Seriously? That's the sad part about Zons. Pretty much one build rules them all. I mean, you could... Well, to tell you the truth, though, Wildchester, you could also argue that for pretty much all... Like, for a lot of the other characters, too. Like... I don't know. That's definitely one of the... Here, hold on a second. Let me do this real quick, and then let's look at this together. Yeah, so Lightning Fury is, like, dog for taking out Meph, but I can at least use Lightning Strike for that. But Charge Strike, whee! Anyway. But yeah, Wildchester, yeah, I feel like one of the, I agree with you, more so for Zons, but yeah, I also have to acknowledge that it's like that for the other classes too, right? Like, Sork, early on, you're probably going Blizz. For Pally, probably Hammers, etc., etc. But I guess the biggest problem, like, but this problem is, like, the biggest for Zons. Yeah. I mean, yes, most classes have one build that shines over the other ones, but yeah, I suppose what you mean is, like, at least if I'm playing, like, honestly, if I'm playing like a paladin, like, and I were forced to go like Holy Shock, I could still probably... Zon is probably the worst. Yeah, in terms of, like, the discrepancy of, like, how strong, like, the best build is versus, like, everything else. Yeah, that's yeah, Okay, fair enough. Yeah, because I'm like thinking like, okay, yeah, Sork is still indeed playable. Like, okay, if you go Fireball, oh no, the horrors. Like, you can totally still run bosses with it. You know, Lightning Sork can run Arcane, Meteor can do pretty much everything, which is great, etc., etc. And you can go down the list. But Zon, it's like, I mean, you go Javazon, and then after that, really the next best thing is Freezing Arrow Boa. That's really all you got. Like, gee. And then after that, it just gets way worse. But anyway. Okay, so I need to take a short break. I need to use the bathroom again. I'll take a bit longer this time. But when I come back, I'm going to do the final part that I was wanting to do for today's stream. And that is to. I finally think I have something, an idea as to what I plan to do for this season, okay? Again, it might come as a disappointment when I showcase it, but I want to try it out nonetheless and see what you guys think, because even if, you know, Hom3 Watcher probably won't like it, I'm pretty sure he won't, I still think it'd be really cool for me to give a shot, so I might actually commit to this idea. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, is anybody still here? Sorry, I took a lot longer than I was expecting to, but yeah. Okay. So Wildchester was earlier saying, do what you feel like doing, man. You need to have fun to grind. Yo, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I mean, it's nice to have you supporting me in whatever crazy nonsense I decide to do. And I do hope that you enjoy it, because I have an idea what I intend to do in a bit. But anyway, Holm is saying, okay, work is done. Bed soon. Alrighty. Did we make any decisions? Tested Lightning's on. How much worse than Lightning Fury? Yeah, Lightning Fury really is just way too strong. Lightning Strike works fine, yes. It is playable, yes. The Magic Arrow didn't really look playable. I wish I could be the devil's advocate here and be like, no, I disagree because no, Magic Arrow is no bueno. uh, and I would even argue the Guided Arrow for what I'm trying to do. Same situation, really. How was a successful poo-poo? Yeah, no comment. Anyway, Fatty, yeah. So all of us in agreement. Hom, Wildchester, Fatty, and even me. Like, yeah, yeah, Magic Arrow is just not it. Anyway, kind of a shame that you're here, Hom 3 Watcher, because I was going to. I mean, I guess this kind of spoils a surprise, but to close off the day's stream, I was telling the others, like I had to take a short break, but I'm back now. The last thing I'm going to do to close off the stream is to demonstrate what I think I'm going to commit to for the reset. So what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm going to make this Zon. I'm actually going to make it a real character here. So this reset. So realistically, the level 51. 75, 89, 89, stamina. And 62. Okay, let's see if this works. Maybe a little less. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is the character that I'm making. Okay. I know we're revisiting this again, but I think this might be my play. Alright. Life per level, crit strike, dodge, avoid, and evade. Have some good news and I have some bad news. The bad news is I'm going to be AFK a bit during Saturday gaming, but the good news is it's because I'm likely decided we needed something to entertain them. The absences. Okay, I wonder what kind of absences you're referring to, but Alright, well, you have fun with that. I'm glad you have decided to enjoy yourself with that. Okay, so this is kind of what I've decided for now. So let's take a look together at this. Penetrate, such a filthy build, yes, clearly. Okay. Level is going to be basically my character level. Percent defense, skill level plus decoy base level. Again, I'm gonna pretend I don't care about that. Item level 22 plus 3 times skill level. Heh. Well. So my item level then, because I have maxed out my Valkyrie, is 82. Interesting. Damage regen 25 times skill. That's 500%. Yeah, it doesn't care for anything really. Any of my other stats. So plus percent damage is from plus strength. Yeah, this is what I was curious about. So plus percent damage is from plus strength. So it is added to other sources of plus percent damage like might. Plus percent damage is from plus strength. So it's not talking about my strength, right? I just need to double check that. Critical hits double damage of all types and are not mutually exclusive of critical strike. Okay, so wait, we're going Valk? What happened to the lightning? Well, I mean, it's easy. Again, we were theory crafting to see what the viability of lightning strike is. And I believe that lightning strike is totally viable. I could play with lightning strike, but this season I'd rather do this jank stuff. I was actually telling the others that you're going to hate this season, but I'm going to enjoy this, so this is what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna leave Lightning Strike probably for a future season, the next time I play Zon, because I'm gonna need some. Well, yeah, I want to actually farm with Lightning Strike rather than one of the other skills that I've already used, or Lightning Fury. Rip my eyes. Need to make sure to watch on comp. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I'll try to be quick about this. Anyway, yep. Blah blah blah. I don't think we really care about much of this. Peace. Okay, peace rune word. I'm gonna go throw that on. I'm gonna try to start building my character around this. One sec. So, okay, let's do this real quick. I mean, over the weekend since you'll be 4-boxing, yeah, I'll be 4-boxing. Although I'll try to have like a main window, and then the other ones are just going to be like small, tiny windows where you guys can see what each of them are doing, I guess. Maybe I'll use this setup, because it's still the same size window, it's just the other ones are like really tiny. Anyway. What was I saying? So, res... well, 20. Peace rune word. Okay, I'm trying to think here real quick. How do I want to do this? Peace rune word. Peace rune word. I think I should be able to get a Valkyrie helm, honestly. Helmets. Valkyrie. Valkyrie wing. Spirit sword. And then, okay, this should be good enough for now. I should also be able to shop for like a 3 passive, or like 3 to passive and magic skills for amulet, or passive and magic skills set of gloves from Anya, but I'm gonna need to take a look at like what level I need to be to get that, but that'll be for later. Okay. Want me to take a screenshot so you can see what we see? If you do that setup, can you remove chat? It's unreadable. Oh yeah, the chat. Yeah, I know that that's broken. I'd have to resize that and fix it. Yes, I'm aware. Oh shit, did I override my... Oh my, okay. This is okay. I'm not even high enough level. Oh, I'm not high enough level because... I just realized you only need like 25. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot of passive and magic skillers. That's the beauty of playing on Slash. I can just, you know, ask people to help me out, and whoever's actually playing this season can keep their eyes peeled. If they find any, there's actually gonna be a use for it. Cool. I don't even think I need Dex this time around, so... Okay, is anything else important for tonight? Yes, actually. Otherwise, bench time. I would like to demo this so you can see just how dog shit this is actually going to be. Yeah, here you go. So, I'll reload this real quick. 20. 20. And 16 on penetrate. We saw it before, just multiplied by 4. Did we? Because the thing is, I would like to run it here and see if this, like, this is like, sorry, brain fart. This is a level 51 Amazon, and this is only, well, yeah, level 24 Valkyrie, so let's see. Merc just gets owned. Do I get owned? If I just AFK here? I need to build my character in such a way where I can survive this location while my Valkyrie kills everything, but I like this. I actually think this is it. I finally found the use for this character. It's such a weird use, but I think, and we're probably going to end up hating it, but this is actually legit perfect. Like, this is it. I'm going to get my character to run Nightmare Trav to farm items while I level my other Zons to use them as AFK Nightmare Trav bots too. This is the play. To what end? The Nightmare Trav best drop is like what, Pulrin? Dude, charms, like skillers. You can get, I mean, okay, not like 40 life skillers, but you can get skillers from here. You can get some pretty decent like mid-level uniques, which is kind of what I need, right? Like, I think Valkyrie Wing can drop here. Runes. I think Viper Magi can drop here. SOJs. Can Alders drop here? I'm not sure. SOJ, best place to find. Yeah, that's another one too. Rare Jewels. Yeah. Thanks, Fatty. That was another good one. Yeah, so there are actually things I can get here. And no, best drop isn't Pull. I think it's actually Umrin, which isn't that much better, but I mean, early on, like, we're really just trading for scraps anyway. Yeah, huh, interesting, right? Right? So, that's the thing. Nightmare Trav, I was thinking about it. I've played many seasons where I farm Hell Trav, but I've never done a season where I do, like, 1,000 Nightmare Trav, you know? Like, no one ever farms Nightmare. Everyone's just like, yeah, all the way. But, hey, who knows? Maybe we can... Oh, I'm saying I've never seen anyone farm Nightmare Trav other than your gold season. Which gold season? My Whirlwind Barb? When you were poor to start. You did a lot of Nightmare the gold farm season. The gold farm season. Dying in hell. Was it the season I was playing my Whirlwind Barb? I think that was the season I was playing my Whirlwind Barb on Slash, right? Were you there for that? Have you really been around that long? I thought you were here from the M. Mason season. That was after the Whirlwind season. That's so weird. Fatty's saying, imagine finding 320 charms SC on Nightmare, then selling it for Enigma instantly. Yeah, that would be pretty goat. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but yeah, yeah, there are some pretty decent charms and jewels that you could get out of this, and I'd forgotten that, yeah, that there are some that you can get some pretty nutty jewels. But yeah, I think this is it though. You're selling like tons of gold. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. But well, okay, that sounds like something I'd do, like selling gold for runes. I just don't recall doing a barb season where you were here. Like, the last time I played my whirlwind barb was like on Slash was like a long time ago. Getting Nightmare takes like 2 to 3 hours max. Yeah, dude. Yeah. But keep in mind though, like tomorrow, the way I think it was Druid, not Barb. That makes sense. That sounds like something that would happen. Where if I were playing my Fury Druid, then I certainly would have farmed a bit of Nightmare Trav until somebody could donate me some good charity, or I could find some good items. Like first 24 hours and you stopped. Yeah, that sounds about right. But again, well, yeah, Fury Druid I can actually migrate to other things later on, but the beauty about this setup that I'm planning is quantity over quality. Like, okay, I obviously can't do a lot of the locations in Hell with my maxed out Valkyrie, and I mean, if I'm playing some of these other like weird, like if I try to do like Lightning Strike, then I'll be hitting my life wondering why I don't just go Lightning Fury, Though with this Valkyrie's on though, I really do think this is kind of cool and kind of weird, because even though it seems kind of like lame on paper that, oh yeah, I just have a Valkyrie go and kill stuff in Nightmare Trav, not even Hell Trav, but I think for me here, one, no one farms Nightmare Trav for the most part, which is why I find Nightmare Trav kind of interesting, since no one else really does it. Two, Nightmare Trav actually has some pretty decent drops, as Fatty pointed out, like SOJ's, charms, including 32020 and skillers, as well as jewels, right? And three, we actually have something that Passive Zon can do better than the other classes, because I don't actually have to be there to kill the monsters, like actively farm those monsters. I can have my Zon kill stuff while, or I can have my Zon farm stuff in Trav while I level my other characters. So this is gonna be an interesting season. I'm gonna say this is gonna, if 4 can clear in a minute, that's legit. The only thing I'm kind of wondering about is how long does it take me to get from the waypoint to Durance, like, or sorry, to the Trav. That's really the only thing I'm a little concerned about. Probably what I'm gonna need to do is throw on Stealth and Harmony. Actually, no, disregard Stealth. I'm gonna need 40 faster run walk boots, but I'm probably gonna need Peace on all three of my, or on all of my boxes. I'm also gonna need to make a Harmony on each of these characters too, so I can run up to this location more quickly. So I'm still interested to see how fast 4 Valks, once all are built up, can clear Hell Trav. We can, well, if we ever make it to that point, we could certainly give that a try. 4 Valks in Hell Trav. Let me think about that for a sec. You mean like all 4 of them in the same game? I don't find that to be particularly interesting, to be honest. The reason being, like, well, I guess for me it's like, if I'm going to bring all 4 boxes into one game, then I feel like, I don't know, I just 4 in a single Trav. I mean, I guess it just, I feel like it would take more time to like bring all 4 of them into the same game, and then have to like move one into Act 4 and then leave, then move the next one into Act 4 and then leave, then move the third one into Act 4 and then leave, and I have to repeat this, and then I have to go into the next game, and then I have to, well, you get the idea. It's like, really, the whole benefit of me like trying this strat out is to maximize how much automation is here, like I sort of don't have to interact with these boxes for the most part, and I only had to move them once the run is done. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'd be happy to try the 4 in a single Trav if we ever make it to that point, but yeah, that's just my thoughts that I'm sharing. I I feel like it would take more time to like move out all the boxes rather than just let them each do their own thing. It's easy. Just get 4 mice and learn how to use your offhand and your 2 feet to control each one. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, let me just use my feet, you know? 5 head. 5 head strat right here. Well, I mean, this one's actually 4 head, but anyway. I mean, literally 4 head because I only have 4 boxes. uh, But yeah, going back to Fatty's comment though, very interesting point here. Fatty was saying getting to Nightmare takes 2 to 3 hours max. So you're right. I mean, this is a very generous estimate for a boa. I actually suspect it would take closer to 5 or 6 if I had to solo it. But again, I'm gonna have the. I'm planning to play tomorrow with a group of others. Like I'm gonna put out like the public post on the Slashdiablo subreddit, and I'm gonna say, hey, who wants to join me? I'm trying to get a team going, a suicide squad going, and then we'll see who answers the call, and then from there we'll plan things out, I guess. Right? You get what I'm saying? It was Druid. Um, Still interested to see how. Yeah, 4 can clear in a minute. That's legit. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. You know what? You got me kind of curious. Let me think about that one. If 4 can clear in a minute, that'd be interesting. But that's like. Anyway, well, let's start with Nightmare first. Maybe we can talk about other ways to use those characters if we ever make it to having like 4 fully built Valkyries ons. Um, but yeah, so basically, plan for tomorrow. Kind of like doubling back to what Fatty's saying. Getting the Nightmare should take a couple hours. Depending on how far my team gets, depending on who I'm playing with, if we make it all the way to Hell and I'm like level 61 by the end of it, then that's great. Then I basically have a Zon that can AFK farm Nightmare Trav for potentially some like good loot. I'll probably stack some P Topazes too, so that I can, you know, I'll probably put on some P Topazes just so that I can actually have a decent bit of MF here too. But yeah, I'll just have this character farming Nightmare Trav while I have other windows active at a given time. You know, like I'll probably be leveling a character on the side while this character is farming. Oh man, I'm excited for this. I'm actually kind of hyped for this. This actually sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I get to multi-box or use multi-box for something other than just, oh, I'm going to bone myself or self-meal or self-rush. So yeah, this is exciting. Tomorrow, I'm really looking forward to this. I really don't know how this is going to go, but this sounds way more like running like a bunch of boxes to AFK farm Nightmare Trav. Just generally speaking, sounds way more fun to me than trying to make Lightning Strike go. The one good thing I can say about the season is you won't have key farming to fall back on, which I think you've done the last 4 seasons. Yeah, I don't really like that either. That, I mean, key farming is the usual go-to. I mean, like, there's like always a couple of, you know, recurring locations for me, right? One is indeed key farming. Another one is Heldritch, or Nightmare Eldritch, or Pindle, or, well, you know, the usual. So I don't. Oh, Flawless Topaz too. They're also good source of gems. Death Mask right there. Oh shit. Oops. I should grab XP Shrine real quick. Okay, well, it's dog, but wow. Okay, I'm just gonna chill here. Anyway, yeah, it takes me about 2 minutes to run this. I just wanted to check that real quick. Looks like 2 minutes. So that's fine though. I'm happy with this. This is so cool. I'm actually so excited for tomorrow. You guys have no idea. I can't believe it. We found something. The theory crafting process took about an hour or two. We tested different things. We see what works, and we see what we're locking into, guys. This is gonna be great. Now the last thing I need to figure out is what I'm going to, how I'm going to play through the game if I'm in a team of, team with other people, or how I'm going to play through the game if I go through it solo. Now that is going to be, that's going to be something for me to figure out on like tomorrow, I guess. All right. All right, guys. I think that's it for me as well. Hey, hold on, I'm about to head out too. So if you want to stick around to the end, you're more than welcome to here. And I don't think I've missed any comments. Let me know if there's any final comments that I missed. But guys, that's basically it for me. I really do hope that you enjoyed this stream or today's stream. This this little playtesting session here. Not playtesting, sorry, theory crafting session. Just a demo to you guys, kind of what I have lined up for next season, or trying to sort that out. Yeah, good night to you too, Wildchester, Fatty, giving me the thumbs up. Hey, much appreciated. Thank you for your support as always, Fatty and Wildchester and Hom. Hom was saying, off to sleep, see you tomorrow, rather later today. Yeah, likewise to you. That's gonna be tomorrow for me, but that's, you know, yeah, I'll see you soon, definitely. And Rohan shall answer. I don't know who Rohan is though. I missed that comment. I don't know what that is. Anyway, the last thing I was going to just briefly look at is this was like the end. Like my unholy paladin, like the FOH did, made it to level 88. And he actually had some pretty decent gear. He had Reaper's Toll, Duriel Shell, Tal's Mask on his Merc, and then of course I had Hobble and some MF equipment to reach 300 MF. And I never got a chance to finish my like 1,000 Griswold runs and 1,000 Moz/Crypt runs or whatever it was. I think it was 1,000 Crypt runs, but we can see here that even with just this gear, not even counting like the Paladin Torch or some Beacombs, my Holy Bolt damage is like 8 to 9k, and my FOH damage is 2.8 to 2.9k, and yeah, you guys can just see kind of what I have here. And I had a Hawes too, yeah, pretty good. Craft belt, yeah, good shit, really. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. I really do hope to see you guys there. I'm going to make the post for you, Wildchester, and I will write that one of the seats are reserved for you. And then, yeah, game plan tomorrow is just going to be make a Zon, play through the game with you guys, or with my reset team with a Zon, double it back into Nightmare and start farming Nightmare Trav while AFK, while I level my other character. I'm stoked for this. I hope you guys enjoy too. Yeah, fingers crossed that you all enjoy it. But otherwise, I'm off, gonna go get some rest, and we shall chat very shortly. So, yeah, guys, that's it for me. Yeah, good night to you too, Wildchester. Fatty's saying good night. Yeah, good night. And yeah, that's it. And Hom, if you're still around, good night to you too. All right, have a good rest, everybody. I shall see you all tomorrow with the Valkyrie Zon. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you guys then with the next Slashdiablo ladder reset. So. Yeah. All right. Hope you all enjoyed tuning in. Appreciate you all watching. Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. This is D2D. This is D2D2 signing out.